show's really about like how to be a better man. It's about fatherhood. It's about the American dream, and it's about immigrants. It's really just about, it's an American story, and it's awesome.
It's a fully American story.
I want my nickname to be the Arab Patriot.
Could just be the Patriot, but okay.
There's a lot. That sounds like a movie with like John Krasinski shooting people in Saudi Arabia.
This is true. It's crazy how John Krasinski has now been that guy, right?
Because he's buff now.
Yeah, but still, I'm just like, it's funny how it, like 1 minute, if you left the earth at like the peak of The Office,
right,
and then you came back now, and you'd be like, Jim is shooting people now?
That's the guy.
It's such a...
He might be in a movie called The Patriot.
Yeah, maybe he is.
Mandela effect.
Could be. The Arab Patriot.
The Arab Patriot. I don't really want to be called that.
This is What Now with Trevor Noah.
I think it is weird that I walk and eat. I don't think it's weird. I don't see that many people walking and eating.
Nobody walks and eats anymore.
I walk and eat all the time. I did it yesterday with a breakfast burrito.
Nobody walks and eats
Breakfast
anymore.
Burrito.
Like a full on. Do you
burrito?
2-hand burrito or 1-hand burrito?
One hand, baby.
Because if you 2-hand burrito and you're gonna walking,
you wouldn't catch me.
You'd look like a crazy person.
Yeah, you can't catch me with 2 hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
1-hand burrito walking.
1-hand burrito walking.
What is it about your life that you are so unable to sit down and eat?
I feel like I'm fairly busy at the moment. This is not like permanent.
Oh, okay. This is not like your vibe.
No, it's not like always, but it's probably been for the past like 3 years.
So if I see Kareem in the streets eating, I'm like, things are going well for him.
Yeah, exactly. I just gotta keep the momentum going.
Do you feel really busy right now?
Yeah.
It seems like you're doing like a shit ton. I see you everywhere.
Yeah, thank you.
You know? Yeah, no, it's good. No, in a good way.
No,
like,
it's really good. Well, that's what's happened. I ran into a guy on the train today, and he was like, "Hey, you're the guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the guy." And he was like talking to me, and he talked about this. He's like, "I see you everywhere," and he's like, "I like watching your videos when I'm on the train," which is really meta.
Yeah,
like he watches my videos on the train.
Can you ride the train?
I do ride the train, and I always get stopped. But
yeah, because it's weird. Like, how long have you been in New York?
15 years.
So I've only been in New York for, what are we now? 10, 26, 10, 20, 11 maybe? 11,
which is pretty good, yeah.
11, 12 years. I always found like the subway had a simple rule, and that rule was nobody looks at each other, nobody talks to each other, nobody engages. You know what I mean? It was like it's a simple staple of the subway.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my way here, I was thinking about this, and I was like, man, it's weird to be a celebrity of the subway, because then that means like the subway people know you as the guy that they should be engaging with,
and they do.
So people talk to you on the subway.
They do.
Oh,
it's actually pretty awful.
That's
but I'm still not ready to like commit my life to Uber rides everywhere.
No, City Bike, my friend. Come
oh
join
yeah,
me.
I do that.
Join me on the
sure.
bikes,
no,
my friend.
I have my own e-bike.
Oh wow!
And I'm ripping because I live in Brooklyn, but I work in Manhattan, and I take a 40-minute ride every day.
You're one of those.
Yeah, I rip over.
You have your own e-bike.
Yeah, and it's sick.
I've always wondered who those people are.
That's me. And then
what is it? A Van Moof? What is it?
No, it's called Aventon. It's pretty basic.
Yeah,
but it's fast, and it gets me to and from work
every day.
Yeah.
Is there a temperature that you don't ride at?
Yeah, anytime it gets cold.
But what's cold?
Today's good. Today I would do.
Yeah.
But anything colder than this. Also, if it was raining all day, like if it was properly raining, I wouldn't do it.
Proper pouring.
Then I would
10 degrees Celsius. That's my cutoff.
Which is like 35, 40?
No, I think 50, it's higher.
60,
10? 10 is, 10's 40s maybe. Yeah, you're right. 10 is...
That's reasonable.
That's like my cutoff. That's where I
So that's what you use?
Yeah.
Do you take the train ever?
Almost never.
Because you would get stopped all the time.
No. It's no one bugs me on the subway.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not the subway guy.
Damn. Lucky.
When you look at me, you don't see the subway guy. I see you, I see the subway guy.
There's similarities.
You know what I mean?
It's a little relevant.
No. I see you and I'm like, he's the subway guy. He's just like,
God, that's awful.
No, what do you mean? I don't think it's awful at all. I think it's the greatest thing in the. You know what? You know why? Another thing I was thinking. I was talking to a friend about this, and I was like, it feels like in the era that we live in now, your videos are almost a dying breed of internet content, because let me know if this makes sense to you. I feel like now people are making content to get people to watch the content, but they're not making the content anymore. Does this make sense? So it's like, okay, let me try and explain this. Like when somebody made Game of Thrones, they made Game of Thrones to, I assume, tell a good story. And then the byproduct of the good story is that people read it or watch it. That's the byproduct of telling a good story. But then I think some people with the internet now, they make content to get people to watch the content so that they can just have more people, they can make more content. But when you actually look at the content, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's just content that keeps you watching so that they can keep on, but it's not actually good.
No, I are we recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I didn't even know we started.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were having a nice chat.
And then we're going to switch.
I thought we were going to be like
and action.
I thought, okay, all right,
Kareem, welcome
so,
to the show.
Let's see what I said, all of that other stuff. We'll figure out if I said anything bad.
You said the subway shit. I heard you, man.
I still
You said people on the subway are trash.
No, I remember what I said about the keep the subway out of your mouth. To what you were saying, though, I was just drafting a little diary entry about how I think that people should stop making short-form, unscripted, vertical video shows.
Oh.
I think we're at peak saturation. And what I talked about in this little diary entry is, when I started my shows, which is Keep the Meter Running and Subway Takes, I did it because I thought it was a great idea and that I would entertain myself doing that great idea.
Yeah.
Virality literally was not even, it wasn't even the slightest sliver. I wasn't like, oh, this is going to go viral. This is a perfect, equation. This is a genetically modified organism that will go viral. Like it had nothing to do with that. And like you're saying, the outcome was virality, but it wasn't the intention. The intention was to make the best entertainment possible for the forum, which I use the most, which is a phone. So I love the phone. I use the phone like it's television. I still watch television. I still watch movies, but I use the phone like it's a little television in my pocket. I wouldn't watch a TV show. That's the thing. Like when I see people on flights watching a full TV show or a movie.
Can I tell you, those people, I would, if I could, I would have a list of their names and I would make sure that they never get hired in any serious position. If you get onto a flight and you plan to watch, I've seen people watch a full Marvel movie. Like I'm talking like Avengers Infinity War on a tiny little 5-inch screen, but like serious. And then they clip it in front of them.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like...
They don't even clip it. Sometimes they just go like this.
Yeah.
They put it like this.
You shouldn't be hired in any like serious position in life.
But that's the thing is that I'm making entertainment for the flight.
Yeah, but you're making it for the phone.
I'm making it. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Is that there put some respect on my name.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that is the big difference between going in with an intention of making the best work possible and entertaining yourself and hopefully entertaining other people. And the big problem, what gives it a bad name today, and I agree with it, is that so many people are jumping in with this mindset. The intention is, I'm going to make a viral short form show.
Yeah.
It's not, I have this amazing idea I need to get out of my body. It's, I want to go viral. I want to monetize. And I think the biggest perpetrators of all of this is not like independent people, independent comedians, independent whoever, because everyone's trying to like do something. Like if you're a stand-up comedian, you start a show, the goal for you is to gain more exposure so you can sell more tickets to your live show.
Right.
There's a new crop of like little media companies though that are popping up, and I have big problems with them because they have bad contracts. They take advantage of young people.
Oh shit! I didn't even know this. This is a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Half of the feed slop you see of like
someone.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Of someone standing in the park, they look like they're just like a guy with an idea, but most of the time, those are shows funded by these new media companies that are
that explains it.
Creating 30 of these.
Yeah. That explains
and
it.
the whole goal is get big, keep it cheap, get big. Don't worry about the quality. Don't worry about the format. Don't worry about the idea. Just get the numbers up and monetize it. And the people that sign those contracts are usually in really bad deals because they get taken advantage of. They usually like hire young kids or college people or people just starting out in their careers. They don't own any of the IP. Like the company will own the IP. it's just a whole different, and I'm not saying this as like a curmudgeon, like I'm like, oh, stop making shows.
Yeah.
I just want young people that do see my path as a viable path, because it's a great career. I'm so happy. Both of my shows have like changed my life, but they've changed my life because I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I own them. I own the IP. I own the shows. No one can tell me what to do. No one takes a cut of my money, with the exception of my managers, which is, they have a job, so they do that.
Yeah, right.
But there's like, if I want to adapt Subway Takes into a TV show, if I want to adapt Keep the Meter Running into a movie, that's on me. Like, it's not another company that's controlling it. So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I do think also that the audience is kind of sick of seeing the same thing over and over and over. But when they see a Subway Takes or they see a Keep the Meter Running, it's an original idea. It's not like at Washington Square Park.
Right.
Like the rest. That's another thing I don't understand. Why are all the shows at Washington Square Park?
You know what my favorite thing is about those? Is the fake, like, catch the person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, would you mind telling me how much you earn?
It's crazy.
How much do you earn? About like $20 million a year. What do you do? Well, I sell chicken feed. And oh my God, how do we get into that business? And you're like, yo, you saw the person coming. You saw the thing set up. That's what I mean. It's like it starts to feel like everything is everything's fake. That's what it feels like. Yeah. But everything is trafficking in real.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a take of mine that's a little extreme, but I genuinely believe it. I think every time the public comes into contact with fake things masquerading as real things, it undermines the very foundation that society is based on.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, I feel like in society, we're supposed to trust that fake is fake and real is real, so that we can all have an agreement about what we should or shouldn't be thinking or experiencing or feeling. And I think it bleeds into politics. Like, if you watch a show where there's a husband and wife who prank each other, and you're like, oh, this is cool, they always prank. And then at some point you're like, wait a minute, are they setting this? The guy doesn't just walk into the room and the balloon falls on his head. This is, I think this is set up now.
Yeah.
Then you start going, I don't trust anything. And I've seen this happen to people in my life. I've seen this happen with me. People go, oh, yeah, I don't know. Because that thing was fake, so this thing's probably fake. And then you see like a police arrest and you're like, I don't know, this could be staged as well. And then you see like a couple fighting on the train and you see some shit go down somewhere else and you're like, it's probably one of those fake videos. And it's interesting. You just start to build like a resistance to caring about anything that could possibly be happening. I don't know, maybe it's extreme, but
I think that there is a necessary suspension of disbelief, which we do in fiction storytelling all the time.
Yeah.
And I do think that if it's like a harmless act, like this prank stuff, honestly, if it's entertaining, personally, I don't really care if it's real or fake, because it's entertainment. It's like reality television.
Yeah.
For years, we were like, is it real? Is it fake? What is real? And we all know that it's like kind of scripted. Like, it's like, you're going to fight with this person. This is gonna, But we've all accepted that that's okay, because it's kind of harmless and it's, we're all engaging in the same story. Where it gets dangerous is when it is, inherently political or has some sort of covert operation, or it makes you believe something that's not real, but it creates a real emotion, which is really dangerous.
Right.
That's Pizzagate, and that's all this other stuff that like can create a real world effect. So I think when it's like, I at least for me, and I'm pretty media literate, so I can see something and really sit and say like, damn, is this real? And like look at the people's faces and be like, okay, it's staged. And sometimes it makes me like it a little bit less, but generally, I'm like, it's okay. They're providing me some entertainment.
Okay.
But that's just me. And maybe I'm like have a more chill relationship with it. But with my shows in particular, like for example, when I turn to someone and I say, "So what's your take?"
Yeah.
I already know who that person is. I don't necessarily know their take, and I don't know what I'm going to say at all.
Okay.
But I know the person. And I've never tried to make it seem like I do know the person, although some people in the comments will be like, man, I wish when the show was random people. But it's this Berenstain bear effect. Do you know about that effect?
No.
It's like the Mandela effect. Do you know that effect?
Yeah.
It's the same effect, where they're like, I miss when the show was normal people,
Right.
like random strangers, but
Yeah.
it was never random strangers. It was always me booking.
Oh,
I would always book
that's
guests.
interesting.
Yeah, it's always been booked
So now
since
people
day one. But they go, I
Okay.
missed when it was random people.
Okay.
And I'm like, but I respond, it was never random people.
Wait, but do you think that that's people experiencing the what is a Berenstain Bear, by the way? What is that?
Because there's these cartoons called the Berenstain Bears.
Okay.
And for as
This
long
is like
as
a current cartoon?
it's like when I was growing up.
Okay,
and
got
it's
it,
like
got
about
it.
a family of bears.
How old? What are you? 86?
80. Yeah, I'm 86 years old.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say 85, pal. Is that genuine laughter?
No, that is.
Okay, that's a good joke.
I
All
love
right,
it. With
put
a
on
joke. Come on, I love that.
Where's
That's
the
like-
joke thing? Where's
No,
the,
that's like
we're gonna have a
full-on,
laugh track on this one.
But you were born in 86, right?
86,
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to figure out which cartoons. So Berenstain Bears. What was this?
So there is a entire like theory
Yeah.
that it was spelt Bernstein.
Okay.
Bears.
Yes.
And everyone's like, I remember it being the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
But apparently it's spelled Bernstein, something like that. I don't know if these are the exact spellings. But everyone has a collective amnesia. And like you'll see all these Reddit threads that are like, I swear.
There was a time when it was spelt differently.
Yes.
I promise you.
And there's Reddit threads, and there's people like, they switched them all out. People are like, it must have switched, you know? And that's what they have with my show. Also, what is the Mandela effect?
So the Mandela effect was when I think it was Nelson Freeman, wasn't it? When
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman
Played Nelson Mandela?
Oh yeah. And
is
then
that what it is?
Yeah. Morgan Freeman played Nelson Mandela, and then people were just like, "That is Nelson Mandela," and then
No, I think
wasn't that it?
I think it's something like they think that Morgan Freeman
Died.
played a role in a movie as Nelson Mandela, but there is no movie.
There is no movie.
Exactly.
Huh.
It's also there's another guy.
No. Morgan Freeman definitely played Nelson Mandela.
Then we got to figure out what the Mandela effect is.
Can you guys check this for us? I'm pretty certain Morgan Freeman played Nelson Mandela because I think I remember him doing Nelson Mandela's accent. That's the only reason I think this happened. I don't even know about the movie.
Well, what is the Mandela effect?
But I generally track people who do Nelson Mandela's accent. No, this is a random thing.
You're the you're the guy.
I promise
you're
you, it's like a if it is this, then clearly it got me, and it's the most powerful effect.
Well, everyone fall.
Anything to do with Morgan Freeman?
So what does the Mandela effect have to do with?
Okay. Reporting. So in relation to Nelson Mandela,
Yeah.
this paranormal researcher reported having vivid and detailed memories of news coverage
Of him dying.
Anti-apartheid leader President Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember
Wait,
that
the
too.
Mandela effect is from him dying? Oh, I guess now the Mandela effect is people not knowing what the Mandela effect is.
Well,
That's what the new Mandela effect is.
It's like a collective amnesia where we all think this thing, or
Yeah,
like
we
a lot
all
of
have an
people.
idea of
And
something
there's
that
another
did
one.
not happen.
There's another one that's Sinbad. Do you
That
remember
one
Sinbad?
I know. That the
Where he played
the
a genie?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
but
no
that one I
movie.
know of.
But do you remember the movie?
No, I never had that though. I always thought it was Shaq that played the genie.
Shaq did. He played one.
Kazam, wasn't it? What was it?
I think he was Shazam.
Shazam.
But he might have been. So Sinbad was supposed to be Shazam, and I think Shaquille O'Neal was Kazam.
Kazam.
Yeah, but there's no Sinbad movie.
Okay.
But anyways, people think that the show Subway Takes
Yeah.
used to be
Random people on the subway.
Yes,
and it
but
was
it's never-
never random people on the subway.
No, because I set out to make a talk show.
So wait, what do you think happened then?
I think that some people they just have this weird memory.
No, I'll tell you what I think happened. Can I?
Yeah,
I'll pitch it at you. I think what happened was, at some point, the algorithm decided to push your episodes in a certain way, and the episodes that people started seeing more of were the familiar faces. So now you were going Gwyneth Paltrow or Sterling K. Brown, and then people went, because they didn't know the other people. You knew them when you booked them.
Yes.
But because they didn't know the other people, they thought it was some random person from the subway.
Mm-hmm.
So they went, oh, this guy meets random people on the subway and says, what's your take?
Right.
But now
right.
it's a celebrity. I don't like the show. Why is Jason Bateman here? You know
Well,
what I mean?
and sometimes I clap back at those people and I say, you only get the celebrity episodes because you like watching celebrity content.
Damn, you
I
take it
was
there.
like, the algorithm gives you what you watch.
You take it there.
I like to clap back, but I am taking I have Twitter fingers, and I've given my privileges up, so now I'm not in the comments anymore.
Wait, really?
Yeah, man.
What changed?
I mean, do you get bullied on the internet, or does everyone love you? I feel like everyone loves you.
Well, okay. I have a controversial opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
I do not necessarily believe that you can be bullied on the internet.
100% disagree.
Well, here we go.
I've been bullied on the internet.
I don't think you can be bullied on the
tell
internet.
Me more.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I think being bullied is something that does not offer an option. Okay? So when you are bullied physically, you are being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have an option to not be there. You do not have an option to opt out. There is no option. You are being bullied. Okay? When people say they're being bullied on the internet, I go, what you are doing is experiencing the people who do not like you on the internet. However, you are ignoring all the people who do like you on the internet. So you're saying that you are being bullied on the internet, but really you're just being tapped into everyone's brains. And people don't like Papa John's. So that means every day Papa John's is being bullied on the internet. People don't like United Airlines. Every day United Airlines is being bullied.
You can't bully a corporation.
People, yeah, no. You see now?
You can't bully a corporation.
No, but what I mean is.
You can be mean to it.
What I mean is, the bullying itself, for me, requires like a power dynamic that I don't think exists on the internet, right? So I do think kids, like let's say in school, I think kids can be bullied on like little text groups because they still go to the school and then like the kids make fun of them. And then, so I do think you can be digitally bullied. I'm not saying you can't be. But when it comes to internet bullying, I realized there were two things that changed my life, genuinely changed my life. So when I first started hosting The Daily Show, people hated me. Right? I mean, some people still hate me now, but this was like just like a huge swath of people.
This was
they were just like, why did you kill Jon Stewart and take his job? Then I was like, Jon Stewart is not dead. That's the Mandela effect, right? So I was now the host. People just every single day was just like, hate this guy, hate this guy, hate this guy, hate this guy. And then there was like there were a few people who were particularly like hateful. And so one day, I messaged one of the people, I DM'd one of them, and I said, hey man, why do you hate me so much? What did I ever do to you?
This is fascinating.
And this guy responded, it was the craziest tone shift. It was like, hey, Trev, hey, man, I don't hate you at all. I just saw everyone hating you, and I thought it would be cool to jump on the bandwagon.
No.
I swear to God, it was like, and I thought it would be cool to jump on the bandwagon. I actually think you're pretty funny, but I do think you're going to fail at the job. So anyway, nothing personal. This is welcome to the internet. And then I went, wait, so you're part of this like mob coming after me and you don't actually care. And he was like, no, I jump onto any train and I'm going to do this to somebody else and it's nothing personal at all.
That's one guy.
And it was a guy, he was in Canada actually. And then I said in the DM, I said, so you really think I'm not going to do well in this? He said, yeah, you're going to fail. He said, in fact, I predict in 6 months you'll be canceled. And I said, okay, let's make a deal. I said, in 6 months, if my show's canceled, I will publicly tweet you and say, you were right, I shouldn't have done this show. And I said, and if the show's not canceled in 6 months, promise me that you'll be a fan of the show and you'll just watch always. And he was like, oh, easy deal, I'm in. And then we just like became Twitter friends afterwards because my show wasn't canceled.
So funny.
So that was the first one. It made me realize that half of the people who are quote unquote bullying you don't realize that they're throwing one pebble at you and you're experiencing a boulder, right? The second thing I realized was, a really simple one. I just went into my Twitter account and I said, disable offensive and mean comments. And I was like, wow, the internet's a much better place.
They love me now. They love me.
You just don't read the comments section.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I don't read the comments section.
Or you fire back like
I used to. Well, no, I was firing. I've been firing back for 3 years. Look, I'll say the majority of the comments are engaging in a productive and fun way because the show is, I call it the stupidest show. No, I call it the most sophisticated show about the stupidest subjects.
Oh, I like that.
And people are engaging in a sophisticated manner about that only gay people should be allowed to have dogs in New York. And there are conversations happening, some people taking it seriously, some people taking it seriously but as a bit. Some people full on bit. And like, it's not a real thing. Like, there's no world in which only gay people can
Right.
have dogs in
But
New York.
the take is
Well, it's hilarious.
yeah.
But in the comments, somebody's like, okay, so for this to work, there needs to be blah, blah, blah. And another person's like, okay, so if only gay people have dogs, let's say that's 1% of New Yorkers. So that means this many dogs. So that would reduce the number of dogs by this many. And like, people are doing real analysis and research. And I love it because there's not really a place, I think, in America at all to have a civilized yet still kind of like rambunctious conversation in the same way that it used to feel like you could get a bunch of people to have dinner and they would have slightly opposing beliefs and you would have a good time and be like, man, I love that. Like, I loved dinner with so-and-so because he's insane. Like, he's stupid, but I loved the conversation. You know, you used to be able to have that conversation. At least I did. And now I feel like you can't have that. You're just like, this person is awful.
Do you think you had a yearning for that coming from an Egyptian household?
Dude, I stand in front of my TV with my arms crossed behind my back watching CNN at 7 a.m. Like, I have the old school Arab dad mentality. And so when I used to see my dad like interacting with his friends, they were all always arguing.
Always.
Yes. There was never a moment where they weren't.
I'm so glad you said that. This is a thing that I've been trying to explain to many of my like American friends who sort of have no recent immigrant family. Everyone came here at some point, but they don't have any recent immigrant family. And I go, one of the national pastimes of most immigrant communities is arguing.
Yeah.
But like arguing for the sake of arguing, but like in a really, really fun, it's about football. Who's the best footballer? Who's the best team? Who's the best coach? And then it moves to like, but it's always benign, you know? Oh, where do you get the best hummus? Well, that's not hummus. You can't even count that
but
place.
With a passion.
Yeah, and then you
like
fight
a real
and
passion.
you argue and you don't know food. You don't know food. And you get
and
into
they don't
this whole
talk
thing.
for 24 hours.
Yeah. But like that thing, it's funny that you say that because I would say this to my friends, especially like my American friends. I'll go, I sometimes feel like Americans need to fight more seriously about things that are less serious so that they can just enjoy the fight. Not every fight can be about like war in Iran. Like these are big fights, guys. This is too big.
And it's exhausting.
Healthcare. Yo, that's a big fight.
Yeah.
Just fight about small things.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, every once in a while, I will just choose violence and lob something into the group chat that I know is just going to piss everyone. Like, literally sitting last night on my couch, and I said to my wife, I go, I think I'm going to start a little fight in the group chat. And she goes, about what? I was like, I'm not sure yet, but like, it's been awfully quiet.
This is a family group chat?
No, this is just my closest friends.
Oh, just a group. Okay,
but they're mostly actually white, and they would not really. I mean, I do it all the time. I instigate a fight, and then everyone does fight, but it's over text, but it's fine because it's still a good fight.
Yeah.
And then maybe one person will leave a little bit hurt, but it's like it doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't.
Like, and I do. Yeah, I miss that. I mean, I've said before, like my favorite hangout is a dinner with like 4 to 6 people that are all smart, but maybe don't agree on everything, and just having 4 hours of arguing.
What did you throw into the group chat? What did you say?
I don't remember. I have to look. Oh, well, this was a recent one.
Yeah.
This isn't yesterday's, because I think yesterday I got distracted, and she was like, don't do that. And I was like, okay. But one time, somebody was choosing where we should go on a bachelor party.
Okay.
And they chose what I thought was an awful place. And everyone else went, okay, yeah, sounds good. Like, great. And I go, Denver sucks. Why would we go to Denver?
Wow.
And then they were like, you can't. And then they were like, you can't do this. Like, he's on the chat. And I'm like, the bachelor party's not for the bachelor. It's for us. It's for his friends. Also, as a good friend, I want him to have a memorable time of his life. And you guys are bad friends for letting him choose Denver. Also, who said the bachelor gets to choose? The bachelor doesn't get to choose. The bachelor gets to come, but his friends get to choose. And so I went as far as to write several emails. So it started in the group chat, it exploded.
And then everyone moved into email.
And then I moved it into email because I wanted to write longer arguments with the help of, editing software and, be able to use Grammarly and such and like make sure. So I would write these formal emails to the committee and say, I think that this is a bad decision.
And then where did you guys end up going?
Denver.
Oh man.
I lost. I eventually, because somebody was like, "You're starting to hurt his feelings." Like somebody was like, "Hey, he's really stressed. He's really stressed out, and his feelings are starting to get hurt." And I was like, "I'll lay off." And actually, we had a great time. It was right outside of Denver.
I don't think you're wrong though. Not about the Denver thing, but about I don't think the Bachelor is supposed to choose.
Right? I don't think.
I think it's supposed to be the best man. Isn't that like the job of the best man? Is like your job is to plan the bachelor party, and then who was the best man?
This other guy who was going with the flow.
Oh, that's
and the Bachelor. The Bachelor's excuse was he was like, I don't want to trouble you guys with traveling to like another country. I was like, dude, we are dying to go anywhere else. Like, let's not go to Denver.
What time of year was it?
It was a beautiful time of year. It was like May, I think, or June.
Huh.
Yeah. But
Denver Bachelor.
You live, you learn.
I mean, I like that as a. But you see, the more important thing to me is the fight.
Yeah, the fight was awesome.
You've just got to fight, man. You've got to argue. You have to. That thing. I remember when I went to Egypt. I was lucky. So we were in Qatar for the World Cup, and then there were like a few days where there were no games, and then my friends were like, let's just go to Egypt. We're this close. We'll never do it. Let's just fly. And it was like a few hours. We popped over to Egypt, and it really felt like those old like I don't even know what those movies were called, comedies, but there was like American Pie, and it was like a road trip. Anything could happen.
Right.
It was like that, and we just went. And then we're like, we got to go to the pyramids. And then we're in the pyramid.
Yes.
And then we're like, is that a KFC next to the pyramid? And we're like, we're going to the KFC next to the pyramids.
Yes,
and then we're getting stopped by cops randomly in the middle of the night.
For fun.
Yeah. And they weren't like threatening or anything. They were just curious, I guess.
Like to check out the IDs.
Yeah, just checking stuff. And then next thing you know, we're having dinner with random people that we've met, eating a meal at like 11 p.m. at night, midnight. You know what I mean? But the one thing I discovered wherever I went in Cairo, arguments.
Yeah, just yelling.
Just great arguments. Yeah. Everyone fighting about every single thing at dinner, at lunch, in a hotel lobby. But it made me feel like I was home.
Yeah. Is that how it feels in South Africa too?
Africans, come on, man. It doesn't matter where you are in Africa.
Grinding.
Full on. As soon as things get boring, you're hanging out with your Ghanaian friends or Nigerians, just be like, who's got the best jollof? And then we're on.
Yeah, just drop a little fight.
Just
everyone needs it. I remember when I was like inviting a bunch of people to Cairo, and I wrote, it was like an FAQ, and the last Q was, why is everyone yelling? And the answer, I had a bunch of questions. It was, why is everyone yelling? And I said, we're not yelling. This is just how we talk.
I like that.
That's it. It's just loud, obnoxious, go like this a lot.
Yeah. Just get into it.
And everyone does look like this.
I will say that though, like the one difference I think between, well, maybe it's because I'm familiar with it. I feel like Africans look less angry when they're in the argument.
They definitely do. They look less angry in general.
Yeah.
Arabs for some reason do look. I'm Arab. I sometimes look in the mirror. I'm like, I look kind of angry. Not right now with this face, but like usually I'm like if I'm and that's just my thinking face.
Yeah, that's the face.
It's not an angry face, but I'll sit at the computer and I'm like, oh, sorry. Like people might think.
Yeah, that's the face. Just like a little bit more angry, a little more intense.
It just has a little. Yeah, there's a little intensity.
Yeah.
There.
Whereas like African arguments they have like a big. Sometimes you even struggle to know when the person is really angry or in like a joyful angry. Don't go anywhere because we got more What Now after this. All right, Eugene, let's play a little game. Make something fun. 2 truths and a lie. Mm-hmm. Here we go. 1, I've had to tell a world leader that their fly was undone. 2, when getting dressed, I don't do sock, shoe. I do sock, shoe. 3, I've been a Verizon customer for 11 years. What do you think?
Very confused. First of all, why would a world leader own a fly? Because those things just come uninvited. Secondly, lying to your friends is not cool. There's never been a game.
No, Eugene, a fly is for like the zip is what, and then it's not a lie. It's a game where I'm trying. It's like I give you information. Okay, I lied. All 3 are true, Eugene. And in case you were thinking, Verizon isn't as expensive as you think. In fact, if you bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill, they'll give you a better deal. And the reason I've been with them for this long is just because I travel so much. I need a network that's reliable. That's right, a better deal on the best network with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. Take your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store today Get your better deal and start saving for real. Based on Root Metrics' best overall mobile network performance, US second half 2025. All rights reserved. You must provide recent consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply. So, do you understand how two truths, and do you understand it now?
I understand that you didn't have to lie first before telling me that Verizon is the best.
No, I wasn't lying. Eugene, it's not a lie. I wouldn't lie to you. It's a game. Okay, I'm sorry.
I lied.
Ah. Before I forget, Subway hot. Is it
Subway
hot?
Takes.
It is Subway Takes, right?
Yeah, Subway
You
Takes.
see, that's a Mandela effect. I thought it was like Subway Hot Takes.
There's a lot of people that call it Subway hot takes.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I guess because we just think it's a hot take.
It's always shocking to me.
Why would that? That shouldn't be
They're
shocking.
like, hey, Subway hot takes. I'm like, that's me. So
No,
yeah,
I think that
people
makes
also
sense.
call me that.
They call you Subway Hot Takes.
They just go, oh, Subway takes. I go, or this is my favorite one. You're the guy. I go, mm-hmm. That's it. That's the conversation.
That's good though.
It's great.
That's when you know you've made it.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
Do people do that to you?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
do
they
they-
will.
do
No,
they
no,
know
they
your
will.
name?
They will. So what'll happen to me is, but
I
I
like
have to.
when they
I have
know
to be
my name.
careful. Sometimes people will say to me, "Hey, man, are you the guy?" And then I used to go, "Which guy?" And then they would be like, "The guy from TV." And then I'll be like, "Which show on TV?" And then it would seem like I'm trying to like pull things out of them. So then at some point I thought, let's expedite this conversation. Let's get it going. They go, "Are you the guy?" And be like, yeah, it's me. And then they'd go, "Why did you leave CNN?" I'm like, who do you think I am? And then some people genuinely would think I'm Don Lemon. I've never seen the resemblance.
Oh, I don't see Don Lemon at all. I was going to say that this is the first time that I've seen a resemblance, but I could see The Weeknd.
So I get the weekend.
Only time,
I get the
though.
weekend in Europe all the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, people.
That's a good one to be.
People will come up to me and then they will go. The craziest was in Stockholm. I was there at the exact same time that he was doing shows. I was doing shows, and in the streets, people were coming up. They were just like, "Hey, I'm so excited to come to your show tonight." And I was just like, "Yeah, man!" I was like, "Damn, everyone's coming to my show."
That's so funny.
And then like my show was sold out, luckily. But then afterwards, I found out, oh, the weekend's in town.
They thought you were able.
They did.
Good guy.
They did. So yeah, so the weekend I get, and then sometimes from far, Bruno Mars.
Like a tall one.
Yeah. Well, they don't know how tall Bruno Mars is. That's
He's
the thing
not
I've
tall.
learned.
He's a short man.
Yeah. So
I think.
people.
Actually,
No,
I-
Bruno's
unconfirmed.
no, Bruno's fully short.
Mandela effect.
No. I know Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is a short man, but tall and like his vibe.
Yeah, he's a
Bruno
confident.
feel like you look up to Bruno when you're standing next to him,
Yeah.
even though he's shorter than you.
He radiates.
But you're gonna do Subway hot takes in Cairo, right?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about Cairo, which I love. I was born there, and it feels like a home to me. There's not a ton of like amazing news. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of good news. You know, there's news.
Okay.
But I was on a panel in Cairo, and I just like lobbed it out and was like, would love to do it in Cairo. And then the next day there were 4 news articles.
That said you're doing it in Cairo.
Yes, it said next stop for Subway Takes, Cairo. And so now I am going to go because that is how I base a lot of my life is based on where people want me to go. So I was like, all right, they want me here. I guess I'll go. But it was really fun. I was shocked the next day. It's like Kareem Rahma says next stop is Cairo. And I'm like, guess I'm going to Cairo.
I mean, I feel like you should do it everywhere in the world. I've seen the ones you've done London.
I've done London.
So you've done the Tube.
I've done Paris.
Oh, you've done. I didn't know you did Paris.
I've done Berlin.
Oh, you see, I didn't know these things.
Chicago.
Oh, this is great. You should literally do everywhere in the world.
I want to, but some places like you were saying, like Japan, I don't think they're gonna like me there because they
No, I don't. I think
have
that's
a nice culture.
No, I think you're wrong. Actually, you know
no,
what?
they don't, you're not like allowed to do anything on the train.
No. I think that's an unfair mischaracterization of like Japanese people. I think they're very aware of like another person's space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're very considerate. But when we were on, like when I've been to Japan multiple times with my friends, and when we're on the train talking, no one's like, shh. There's no, people aren't even looking at us like, why are you speaking? and obviously we also consider it, so we're not speaking extra loud. I think you could do subway takes in Japan.
So it's more of like they are policing themselves.
Yeah, and
but
you
they're
would
not going to judge you.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a cultural thing.
Right,
like the
right, right.
society's doing it. So you're the anomaly by talking / whatever.
They'll let this chaos agent on the train.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd bring chaos. You'd just be a guy having a conversation in the corner.
I know, but I have big body language.
No, you'd be fine.
It'll be fine. Well, I do want to do Tokyo. I made a concerted effort because every time I go to London, I get so much love. Like, it's crazy. I feel like I'm famous in London. You know that joke? Like, I'm big overseas.
Yeah.
Like, that's a literal reality for London specifically. So I've like doubled down on my commitment to that city. So now I'm going every quarter to shoot episodes there. So now it's like that is the second home of Subway Takes.
That's beautiful, man.
But then, selfishly, I also have not seen a ton of the world. I've seen a good amount of the world, but I would love to go back to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Haven't been to like Brazil. Like Rio would be amazing. There's so many places that I want to go, even in the U.S.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you in the subway trying to do one of your shows?
Honestly, people are so nice.
Nothing's ever happened.
No.
Oh, that's
Literally,
sad.
people are. I mean, no, that's really good.
No. I mean, it's good for it's good for a life going in the right direction. It's bad for like not.
It's bad
having
for that question.
Yeah, for not having a story.
Yeah, I don't have a story. I don't have a good. I mean, I guess one time like there was a little confusion as to who a person was that was filming us. So there was a guy on the train filming me.
Yeah.
With another guy doing Subway Takes.
Okay.
And then a less stable person was also on the train.
Yeah.
And he saw that guy filming and for some reason got mad and slammed the phone out of that guy's hand. But then that guy thought that the slammer was my bodyguard. And that he was like, and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't know we couldn't film. I didn't know it was a close set. I was like, I don't know that guy at all. And so there was a little bit of like Spider-Man meme. Yeah. That was probably the worst situation where I was like, wait, that guy's not with me. Is he with you? He's like, he's not with me. I was like, oh, and who was that guy? He's just a protector.
I love that kind of shit so much.
And then he slammed the phone and then he kicked it all the way to the other side of the train. It was intense.
Oh man, I love those moments. I don't even think I can explain to you how much I love those kinds of
You
moments.
can see it in your head, right?
Yeah, because it's
And I'm
to
like-
me that's pure comedy. It's just like it's written flawlessly
Yeah.
when it just happens in life.
It was so good.
It's like, do you know him? No, I don't know him. Who's the but because he did the right action for a bodyguard.
He was aggressive bodyguard though.
Yeah, but it was the right
action.
action. Slap the phone, kick the phone away. This is what you would think. You'd just be like, yo, man, that Kareem guy, he's got aggressive bodyguards.
Yeah,
but they do their job.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
You know what I
happened.
mean?
Yeah. So that's the craziest thing that's happened. But the other thing about the show is it's amazing because it is literally the best. Like, and I don't want to call it networking, but like I feel like I have friends, so many friends.
Oh,
Because
that's
I go to
great.
London, I meet 25, 30 new people
Yeah,
every single time I go.
yeah.
I go to Berlin, I meet 25, 30 people. Paris, like,
right.
and at this point, I still do all the booking. So like I DM people, I find them, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and so I feel like I have so many friends. You know what I mean?
That's really great, actually.
Yeah, it's really that's like one of the big like people are like, will you ever stop doing the show? And I'm like, inevitably, yes, of course. Like everything must end, but I'm like, that's the thing that I'm gonna miss the most is like being able to meet 20 people in 3 days
Yeah.
or whatever, like 20 cool people who are comedians or independent filmmakers or whatever, and it's almost like speed dating. You know what I mean? Like
How do you pick them?
it's like a vibes based situation.
Yeah.
It's not like really it's definitely not quantitative at all. So there's zero, I don't look at anyone's followers or numbers at all. That's a complete doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
What I try to do though is I try to book people who feel like they deserve a platform
Okay.
and not deserve but need like some exposure. Right. So I try to choose like independent comedians. I try to choose writers and authors and filmmakers
Right,
and
okay.
like and then maybe people like some nonprofits. Like I try to curate this list kind of in the same way that a magazine editor would edit a magazine. Like I
Yeah.
looked at it like a magazine instead of like a page. So I try to choose people based on like, are they interesting? Do they have something to say? And then what are they working on? And can I be of service essentially? Because when I was starting out,
Mhm.
like I would have wanted to be on Subway Takes because it would have felt like I was doing Fallon or Conan or whatever. Like I was
Yeah,
doing stand up
yeah,
on one of
yeah.
those shows. And that's what it feels like to me is really important. Is like, are you working on something? Could you use the additional exposure? And are you a cool, nice person? Really, like that's really what it comes down
What
to.
happens when the celebrities come on? Is that them? Is that inbound?
Oh yeah, that one's also really difficult because we get a lot of inbound, like a ton.
Yeah.
And all of them have been inbound so far. And I've been not really trying to like book anyone or manifest anyone.
Right.
Like everyone's like, who's your dream guest? And
Yeah.
I keep saying Ben Affleck because it's just a good answer. And he is he is my dream guest. He's amazing. I think Ben Affleck's the best, but I haven't reached out to him yet. But choosing, because I try to keep the DNA of the show alive. So having one celebrity out of every like 15 to 20 guests is a very low ratio. And it really means, 20 or 30 celebrities a year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that one is just mostly based on like, who have I always wanted to meet?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if it's like, I try to do like icons, we had the last interview with Jane Goodall, which is amazing before she passed away. Obviously Ethan Hawke and Spike Lee and Jason Bateman, like kind of like legends, like living legends, or just people who I think are hilarious. But also what's the definition? Now I'm rambling, but like who is a celebrity now? Like is Eric Andre a celebrity?
I think
celebrity,
what I mean
not?
I mean people whose success was sort of defined before the internet era.
Okay, that's
generally is what I mean.
Okay, good. That's exactly. I agree with that. Yes.
Their fame came from movies or music, or it's like,
Yeah, I'm just like, who do I like? I have an opportunity to meet my heroes.
Yeah.
So let's pick them.
Do you think you'll ever release the missing Kamala Harris one?
I haven't. I'll show it to you if you want to come over.
That's
come over and watch
all I
it.
want to see.
Okay, I'll show you it. I have it on my phone. Watch, I get robbed after this. It's in the cloud, guys. It's securely protected in the cloud. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever release it. It just seems like it's unnecessary. I mean, I could release it.
Okay, wait. What do you mean by unnecessary?
To release it?
Because now I'm like, whoa, how bad was this thing?
Well, what's the point of releasing it? She's just a civilian.
Is she though?
I don't know. Just leave her
I
alone.
don't think that's how it works. Wait.
She ran and lost.
No, but I don't think that just makes you a civilian.
She's a civilian now.
Rocky lost the first movie. That didn't make him a civilian.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No,
if
no,
you lose, you're a civilian. Andrew Cuomo, you're a civilian.
No, you're a superstar now. It's like it's a different thing.
I guess it doesn't provide any value for anyone.
Because let's put it this way. If Kamala Harris shows up at like a rally or says, I'm doing a thing, people will show up. They won't be like, who's the civilian lady trying to mobilize people? Do you know what I mean?
I know, but it's not newsworthy.
No, I don't. I'm not even thinking about the newsworthiness of it. I just go, look, on my side, I'm just curious.
I'll show you.
Okay, cool.
But does the American public need to watch it? Do they need to know?
No. That I'm less concerned about.
Some people have said that the American public deserves to see it.
That's an interesting one.
There have been comments. There have been some comments from some people that are like,
because they go, you have this piece of information that sort of affects American politics and culture, and by not releasing this,
that I'm technically
you are
complicit.
affecting.
I'm complicit in a cover-up. That's the exact words.
You are. That's my take.
Don't.
My take is
Don't get me started.
You are complicit in a cover-up.
I'm not complicit.
As a journalist, you have an obligation.
I'm not a journalist.
People call you that. You know that, right?
And I always tell them I'm not.
No, but I think it's crazy. Some people literally will be like, "Oh, the journalist." I don't know when this
about
happened.
me.
Yeah, but I don't know when this happened. But there's this weird thing that started happening in American news and culture where the people who were tasked with doing a certain job then started claiming other people had the job and then would judge them for not doing the job that they had given them, even though it was never their job.
Mm-hmm.
So it first started, it became apparent to me when it was about comedians. I started seeing a lot of articles being written about comedians, myself included, but it would just be like, oh, why aren't more comedians speaking about the da-da-da? And I was just like, wait, what is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
A journalist is asking why comedians are not speaking out about whatever issue they want them to speak out about. But I was like, but you are a journalist. You work for a large publication that is informing people. Why are you not writing about it?
Yeah, they're writing about you, not
They're writing about the person
not writing about it, essentially.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know. And then I started finding it. I remember someone complaining about like Mr. Beast's show, and was a journalist, and they were saying Mr. Beast's show is a terrible, it's like it's the worst of America. Why does he not show the better sides of America, and why is he not trying to uplift the? I was like, but what are you writing about? What are you? You are the publication.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a few with you where people would be like, they try and put you in like journalist land because of the level of guest you're getting on occasion. They'll be like, oh, but you should be like, how do you even think of that? How do you think of that quote unquote pressure in that way?
I just respond honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're doing yourself a disservice by saying this about yourself. Because I'm literally just a jokester. I'm a clown. I don't even believe in what I'm saying, which is really true. Like, if I actually 100% agreed or 100% disagreed with every opinion on the show,
right,
I would probably be a maniac. Because first of all, there's no such thing as 100% on either.
And that's what makes it good.
And that's the joke.
That's what makes it good.
That is the point of the show.
Something.
Yes, it is like, here's
you have to 100% disagree, 100% agree.
And half the time I've never thought about these things and will never think about them. And also, forget about 100% agree or 100% disagree. What about I literally don't care at all?
Yeah.
I just do not care. Whatever you just said, sometimes doesn't even make sense. And then I just pick an option and let them explain it to me. and it's just funny because I did go to journalism school, which maybe is a reason that
Wait, you did?
I did.
This guy's burying the lead here.
But
this guy's a journalist.
I chose it because
this guy's out here talking about he's not a journalist. This guy's an actual journalist.
I couldn't tell you one thing about journalism.
Yeah, but you are qualified. Did you finish journalism school?
I finished, but
You are a journalist.
No, but with an emphasis in advertising.
If we were...
And I only worked in advertising.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Never worked.
Wait, what?
Exactly. It was before.
You went to journalism school
Yes.
with an emphasis in advertising.
Yes, because
what
I'm
does that
ahead
mean?
of the game, baby. I'm ahead of the game. I've known for a long time that we are compromised as an industry, and I said, I'm going to get ahead of this and learn both the things. But journalism's easy.
Wait, but let's go back.
And I'm sorry, I'm probably going to get fucking Chalamet over this. I just said journalism's easy. I take it back. I'm talking directly to the camera. I take it back.
You can't take it back.
Journalism's not easy. What I meant was it's an easy major in college.
Okay. I'm just going to let you know you can't take it back.
Okay.
Timothy Chalamet, he even said when he said ballet and opera, and then he said no shots at the ballet community, and he tried to take it back. You can't take it back. You said journalism's easy, and that's it. It's done.
Journalism.
By the way, Timothy Chalamet wasn't wrong, by the way. I just don't think people liked the flippancy with which he said the thing.
They don't like the truth.
No, I think it's how the truth was delivered.
Also, I've worked in newsrooms. I know journalism is not easy. I know that journalism as a major is so easy.
What makes it easy?
It's easy compared to all the other majors.
I never went to university, so I don't know what.
And you're a journalist.
What makes
look how easy it is.
This guy?
It's true, man. Look, the major is easy. It is. I don't know how I can describe it as easy, other than when I went to school and they were like, "You have to choose a major."
Yeah.
I was like, what is it? Like, I had a friend who was like studying to be an engineer. I had another friend who was studying to be a computer scientist. I had another friend that was studying to be a fucking doctor, and they were always studying.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't want to be always studying. I want to be hanging out. Like, how can I just hang out during college? That sounds way better than studying. And I asked a bunch of people, and they were like, well, journalism is a pretty easy degree. And I said, great, I'll just do that. I didn't choose it because I'm passionate. I chose it because it was there. And I was a junior, and I needed to pick a major to graduate from college. I did generals for 2 years. Generals are like when you don't have a major. So I spent 2 years just dabbling in American,
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little American history, a little this, a little that.
But look where it got you.
Yeah, but none of this is related to school, honestly. I didn't learn a damn thing in school. I went because it was fun. I stand by that personally.
I think most people should go to school not to learn something per se, but to experience the community and the vibe of all the people you wouldn't otherwise meet.
Yeah.
I think school is still like one of the few melting pots that exists. Well, I don't know if it'll be for a while with how they're coming after it, but You know, I genuinely think that I'm like, yeah, just go to school. That's the only reason I would want everyone to go to
'cause it's
university and
fun.
stuff. Yeah, it's just you go meet people that you would,
For sure.
you know, it's their subway takes.
Yeah.
You meet 20 to
They
30
never
people
get a
that you would never know. Now you've got friends in Berlin, friends in London, you know?
Yeah, no, it like I worked at the New York Times. Maybe this is why people think I'm a journalist. I worked at Vice, I worked at the New York Times, but I wasn't a journalist at either.
What were you doing there?
I was behind the scenes. I was like doing content development, essentially what I do now for myself,
Okay.
which is thinking of new formats and new video series ideas. And then I would give them to a journalist or some other entertainer, you know? And then
Did any of them blow up or?
nothing like that I invented exploded now, but I was always like in the room, and sometimes it was just based on like a small project. Like I remember one time at the Times we had this. It was like I think it was like a 4-part series on ISIS or something.
Mhm.
I can't recall. And they were like, "How do we get more reach on this? Like, it's super expensive. We produced this thing. It took like 7 months. Like, what do we do?" And I was like, "I have an idea. Let's translate it into like 5 languages." And everyone was like, "That's a really good idea." And so we did translate it into like Arabic, Spanish, I think Portuguese or French, whatever. And it did really well. I mean, it got 5 times the viewership that an English language video would get. You know what I mean? It was something as simple as that was like, now we should do this for other videos that are global news. Because it's global news. So it kind of makes sense.
So you're working in these I mean, these are like institutions. I know Vice was the challenger brand, you know, but the New York Times is like, that's the New York Times. What makes you leave? And what gives you the goal, as they would say, the goal, my man? What gives you the goal to think that you can survive without the New York Times?
I had always wanted, when I moved to New York, I wanted to be like an entrepreneur. Like I came here in search of, I was like, when people went out west to search for gold,
Yeah.
I did the same. I was like, except I went east because I didn't know, I knew one guy in New York and I was like, that's enough to get started.
Because you were growing up, you were in the Midwest.
Yeah, I was in Minnesota.
Minnesota, right.
And I remember I was inspired to leave Minnesota because I went to Europe for the first time. I went to London, I went to Berlin, I went to Zurich randomly, and I went to Florence, Italy.
Why did you go to Zurich?
I had my ex-girlfriend's like brother-in-law, some random person was there.
Okay.
So we went.
Okay.
And I went on this like 3-month trip, or maybe it was only 2 months. And I got back to America and I was like, I gotta get out of Minnesota. Shout out Minnesota. I love Minnesota. But that trip, I was just like, I don't belong in this kind of city. I belong in a big city. And so that's why I came to New York. But the intention was always to be like a businessman or an entrepreneur. That's what I didn't have any desire to be a journalist or a comedian or anything. I just want to be rich. So I came here to get rich. And I immediately got poor. Poorer than I already was. Because I worked at Vice.
Yeah.
And Vice wasn't even intentional. Like I was just like, where should I work? And somebody was like, you should work at Vice. I go, cool, what is that? Didn't even know what media was. Didn't understand journalism. And I even went to journalism school. But they put me in the advertising area where I was like, yeah, I get this part, like sell things.
Yeah.
And, you know, after I worked at Vice, which was like getting an MBA in media, I was with 100 25-year-old people. And I had 0 friends. And then all of a sudden I had at least 100 25-year-old acquaintances. Still not friends because they were mean to me because I was fresh off the boat from Minnesota. And then the Times called and they were like, I'd been working there for about 2.5 years. And the Times was like, hey, do you want to work here? And I was like, will you pay me more? I didn't even care that it was the New York Times. I legitimately didn't care. I just go, will you pay me more money? And they go, yes. I said, I want this number. I'll tell you what the number was. It was $100,000.
I like it clean.
Clean. Not
6 figures.
I said, exactly. Not a penny more.
Yeah.
I said, give me $100K and I'll do it. And they go, okay. Call my mom. Guess what? I make 6 figures.
Hey.
She's like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah. Later find out that they had budgeted like $140K for the role. But I came in My goal was to get 100K.
Different six figures.
But I was like, whatever, man. Like, I just need 100K, which I got.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, what gave me the gal to leave? Gal to leave.
The gall. The gall to leave. That's how I know it. Maybe in America it's gal. I don't know. The gall.
The gall. I think it's the gall.
Yeah, it's the gall.
The gall. I felt like I was ready. I knew enough people. That's really what it was. The biggest thing is I knew enough people.
But it's the opposite of chasing money, though.
Yes, but
why would you leave the six figures to go and like make internet videos? Because it's not like the money was apparent.
Well, there's still a time in between that where I set out to like start my own business, which I did. It was a media business.
Okay.
Still, it was still in the same realm, and that still was the goal, was still to get rich, and I did not again. So many times. There's also a whole history of this going back to when I was 14. This has been my number one priority in my life.
Is to get rich.
Yes, until I turned 33.
What did you start with at 14?
Mowing lawns.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I used to haul this big fucking lawnmower. Like my dad would drive me around. I had one client.
Wait, that's it?
And I got fired. And then and then I started over.
How do you get fired from mowing lawn?
He just like, I don't need you anymore.
What? How do you not need someone to mow your lawn? What happened here?
I don't know, man. I don't remember.
Huh.
I cannot say. Without my lawyer here, I cannot say.
Okay.
Oh, wait, this one.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what happened, but I remember this old man. He was just like, yeah. I think I just did a bad job.
At mowing lawn?
Yeah.
That is like the simplest, most obvious thing. You push the machine, it cuts the grass, and the job is done.
It was a huge yard.
Even better.
And I didn't have a driver's license.
I don't think that there's no correlation between those two things.
I think I was the scheduling issue. It was a scheduling issue.
So, okay, cutting grass, fired.
So fired.
Yeah.
And then McDonald's, and then telemarketer, and then mortgages.
Telemarketer?
All of these things.
What were you selling?
Furnace and duct cleaning.
Furnace and duct cleaning?
Yeah. Hello, this is Kareem with Home Place Furnace and Duct Cleaning. Do you have an average 2,000 square foot home or less?
I do not, Kareem.
I'm not going to keep going.
No, are you serious? And then what do you try and do?
Well, how big is your house?
So, okay, let's go 2,200 square feet.
2,200 square feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's about average. That's about 2,000 square feet. And have you had your furnace and duct cleaned before?
I don't even know if my furnace and duct gets cleaned.
Well, you definitely need it. There's like all the bacteria and germs in your house, all the dead air, all the bacteria. Like that's how things travel. You got to get it clean so that the air that's circulating throughout your home is clean.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get a quote for you. Amanda. $80? Okay. So we can have someone out there for $80. How's tomorrow looking for you?
Damn, look at that. I've hung up on people like you all the time.
It was so fun.
As soon as the person like says I'm from, gone.
This is a different era though.
Oh, this was a different time.
Well, this was when it was kind of special.
No one knew who was going to call them.
Because they were now they're like kind of automated and they're from like they're outsourced.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm from Minnesota, sitting there reading a lowrider magazine. I'm in a room this big with 10 other people my age who are all making $10 for every sale that they get, plus our minimum.
Yeah.
So there was a leaderboard. It was kind of like Boiler Room, except really sad and depressing.
I like this.
Because we were making like $80 extra a week. But this guy, Joe, close friend of mine, he was a killer.
What did he do differently?
Dude, he was just so good. He was so cocky. And he treated it like a joke. And sometimes people would like be mean to him and then he'd just be mean right back. He was awesome. He's my good friend.
And he was like the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, he was such a cool
Where's
guy.
Joe now?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We just move on.
He got in a bad,
Oh, sorry, Joe.
Yeah, he's an okay guy. He's a great guy. Anyways, all of these things happened. And then, so I failed.
Yeah.
My whole life has been failures. Really, I'm like not exaggerating. It's been hard.
Yeah.
And then at 33, Jesus here, I was like, I have to stop. I just had this imposter syndrome where I was like, I have to stop pretending I am a CEO or a businessman or an entrepreneur or that I know any of these things. Like I have to stop trying to get rich quick because now I'm 33 and everything has failed and I need to try something new. And the thought of like emailing for a living for the next 50 years was really scary to me,
Mhm.
especially because I wasn't good at it. Like my emails are still bad. I email like Jeffrey Epstein.
That's probably why you lost the Denver argument. You switched to your weak side.
No, because that one I was using some assistants.
Oh, okay.
I was using assistants on those because I needed to make a really good case.
Okay.
But my normal emails
Yeah.
are really, when I saw Jeffrey Epstein's emails, I was a little concerned.
They were terrible.
That's how I type.
Yeah, it was like all lowercase.
That's
and then,
how I type.
Oh, man.
Like if you were like, hey, what time are you coming? I'd be like, soon. That's all I'd say. Did you find the place?
Oh.
No. Send help.
I have the opposite issue. My texting is too formal.
Really?
Yeah, my younger brother he's like, yo, man, you need to loosen up. I don't abbreviate anything. I don't like thank you. You know when people just write TY?
That's what I do.
No.
You're right. Thank you.
I write thank you.
Don't
I
tell
think
me
about
don't tell me you do periods.
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I put periods in. Yeah, no, I do.
No.
I put the we call it a full stop. I put a full stop where the full stop needs to be. I have double spacing after a full stop because you can't just like put one space.
Journalist.
No, because my mom. So when I was young, my mom ran her own like business from home, and she would type a lot. She was like in real estate, and she would type a lot, and then I would have to type things with her and help her.
Oh, cool.
So she would go through the work. So I would be like, to whom it may concern, dear sirs / madam, I would like to inform you of an issue that has occurred. So I couldn't be loose with things. I couldn't,
Right.
you know what I mean? So when texting comes into my life, I'm already like well versed in the arts of, formal conversation.
Do you sign off?
I do.
That's nice. I like that.
I
do
do
a sign off. too.
genuinely. Like I
So you'll put dash Trevor.
yeah, I'll put like,
That's cool.
like a little Trevor or T or
I love
gods
that.
or, and
See,
then
I like
I have
that.
to try not do that with people. One of my friends even said to me once, hey, I know that you know it's me, so stop using my name when you start the text, please. Because I will do that. I will message you and I'll go, hey, Kareem. And then you'll go, yes, obviously it's me because it's my phone. Because people will message me all the time and be like, yo, what are you doing this Friday? And I'm like, yo, who?
Yeah, yo, homst.
Yo, you're just going to yo me?
I do that when I call people.
You do what?
Like you would have my number and I'd go,
Yeah.
yo, Trevor, it's Kareem. And you'd be like, I know.
Oh, yeah, no,
I do that
that's-
all the time,
no,
but I
no,
love
no.
doing that.
No, that's...
I think it's so, no, because it's fun. It's
That's
fun.
hilarious,
Or,
actually.
or they'll call me and I'll go, this is Kareem. And they'll be like, I called you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
No,
but
you see, that's good. That's
I like
good.
to establish that it's me.
That's good. I
'Cause
like
what
that.
if it's an imposter?
No, I like that, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
You never
Especially in
know.
the age of AI. You
Exactly.
need
You need to make sure that they know.
to... No,
who
you
they're
need to.
talking
You need to throw in a little spice
Yeah.
just to throw off the algorithm.
make
I like
sure.
this. Okay, so...
So then I was like, I love this like total just departure from what we were talking about. And then we both pick up exactly where we left off.
Where we left off,
which
my
is
friend.
at age 33.
Failing
couldn't
at
even-
everything. No more CEO.
And I was just like, I have to do something that I think I'm actually good at.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, I went to college to hang out. And most of my life, I've been extremely good at that. It's the best thing. It's the thing that I'm best at. It's the thing that I'm most comfortable with. I didn't play sports. I hung out. I didn't have any college clubs. I hung out. Everything in my life has been geared around hanging out.
I like this.
So I was like, what kind of job is a hangout
Yeah.
job? And I was like, comedians seem to be hanging out all the time. They're always hanging out. Like their job is to hang out.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'll do that. And so I went to Upright Citizens Brigade. And I always thought I was funny. I always felt funny. I always knew I could do it.
Yeah.
I always played at the top of my intelligence, even in these like conversations with my friends. It was always like how, keep the joke elevated and play at the top of your intelligence. But I did comedy school because I just felt like I wanted to have something on my resume.
Okay. Got
And
it.
that would provide some legitimacy that I could say like, I am a comedian, or I could say that. What I didn't want to do was like be like aspiring, or I just started. So like I just enrolled in school. I did all of the improv. I did all of the stand up. I did all of the sketch. I did all of the writing.
wow.
I did more than you're supposed to do probably, but I did all the classes. I spent a ton of money. And at the same time, I was like doing the things. Like I was doing the training, but I was also like booking shows. I was going to shows. I was performing on shows and just getting a feel for what I really liked. And eventually, like I've always been an internet kid, like from day one. it's been my favorite thing aside from hanging out. So then I was like, let me make some videos. And then from there, it was like figuring out, what was like a repeatable thing. Because I remember I did get some notoriety for making this short film with my friend New York Nico. We did this film together. It went to Tribeca. That was the first time I felt like I was like, oh shit, I actually did like right away. It was my first big project, and it was right away in Tribeca, right away with this great director. I was like, oh shit, maybe I am good at this. Like that was the least amount of like convincing I've had to do.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like an imposter at all. Like I wrote the movie, I was in the movie, I went to Tribeca, like I didn't fake anything. Like it just worked. And that gave me my first little bit of courage. And then right after that, I did Keep the Meter Running. And that thing just exploded immediately. It was so cool. And again, it came from this place of like emotional attachment to my father, who passed away when I was 20, right when I was in college.
Because your dad was a taxi driver, right?
Yeah, my dad was a cabbie for like 5 years, so he wasn't a cabbie forever. But when he first moved to America, he was a cabbie. I didn't even know him as a cabbie.
Right.
But I found myself seeking out wisdom from whoever was driving me to from point A to point B. And I think it's a very, it is a very common experience that you get in a car ride with a cabbie, and they're like almost like a Sherpa or a guru or a monk.
Yeah.
They've always got like this thing, and I'm like, man, these guys have the secrets to the universe. Like how are they so chill? How are they not having road rage? Sometimes they have road rage, but like and talk about the like hanging out with an immigrant and talking about politics or anything. They don't stop talking.
No. I've never met a single taxi driver anywhere in the world who has no opinion.
No, I know.
It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's none will be like, I don't have an opinion on that.
Exactly.
No. They will give you an opinion.
Yeah, about anything.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Putin?
It does not matter. They've got an opinion.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I did that show. I did the first 20 episodes, but it was so expensive to produce.
So I need to understand why, because I've always read this, but I've never understood why it was so expensive. It seemed like it was beautifully shot, beautifully made, and all of that. But what made the show like so expensive to the point that you couldn't do it anymore?
Well, have you ever paid for a cabbie's meter when you tell him to take me wherever you want?
No, I've never done that.
Yeah. Well,
how much was it? What would it get to?
Oh, dude, it could easily get to $800.
Oh,
to $1,200. I think I had a $1,400 day once because we're just driving and we're taking our sweet time. And they weren't ripping me off. Like it's not like it was.
No, this is just that's the price of keeping the meter running.
Yeah, because we would literally do these crazy
I've never
things.
done
Like
that.
one time I went from Manhattan to Queens, ate at this restaurant. Also, that was a big problem. Is I'd also cover the meal, and
I
was covering the meal for me and the cabbie plus my crew.
Yeah.
Plus over ordering a little bit for the video. So we can make sure you get all the food.
You make sure you get all the food
and
in
make
it.
multiple stops.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
tip the restaurant because I'm like I show up with cameras.
Because you've got a camera and you've got a crew and you've got a whole thing and yeah.
So as at that point I had experienced zero success, but I was spending like I was HBO.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'm a fucking movie producer. And it like now I could probably self-fund it and I'd be fine and it'd be like a loss and whatever. But it was like $2,000 an episode, which is crazy in most parts of the world, and also like not advisable as a person starting their career.
Yeah, when you have no money,
lose $2,000 every time I make something with no plan to recoup.
Yeah,
but it was my favorite thing I've ever done in my life.
But you're doing it again, aren't you?
Yes, and now it is back 20-minute episodes. So the first iteration was 6-minute episodes.
Got it.
Now it's 20-minute episodes. They're on YouTube, and they're even bigger. They're bigger, they're better, they're crazier. And it's just like I took the short form show and I went and I just turned it all the way up. So it's, Russian Turkish bathhouse with Eugene and Boris, who's his friend that he just brought along for some reason. It's bowling with Norman. It's fishing. It's doing stand-up comedy and recording a flute album with Cassandra. It's salsa dancing with Homero. It's literally traveling the world without ever leaving the city.
That's beautiful.
And that is magical. That's what's magical about New York. And it's also what's magical when you just tell someone, what do you want to do today? and I have zero input, and I learned so many things. It's like they're like fathers to me because they have all this fatherly advice. As a man, you still want advice. Are your parents alive?
Yeah.
And you probably call your dad and you're like, what do you think I should do in this situation?
No, I call my mom, but okay.
Because dad's like, bad advice?
No. I think we're so different that the advice that he would give me is just like from a random place, if that makes sense. Like my mom knows me so well, and we are so similar in our personalities. Not in the way we act in the world, but we're so similar that when my mom says something, she can say it from like the place of knowing me. If I ask my dad for advice, he'll just say a thing from his point of view in the world, and then I can process or not process that. Do you know what I mean?
Your dad's like, who is this?
No, my dad is very Swiss and you remember he's Swiss German, so he's
Trevor.
like, he's very precise.
Trevor who?
He's very, very precise.
Yeah,
but he'll give me advice. Like he'll be like, this is the thing, and that's how I see it. But I'm like, there's no like.
You need a Balkan cabbie.
Yeah, where's the you know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Where are the edges in this?
Okay, so you got your mom.
Yeah. So on your side, so you were very close with your dad, I'm assuming then.
I was like not close to him, and I was close to him in the way that I like to argue.
Okay.
Like he was an argue friend.
Right. Okay.
But he was a great guy, and I was close with him, but like it wasn't like a lovey relationship. It was more like.
Can it ever be with like an Arabic dad from that time?
From that time, no.
Yeah, because it feels like there's generational like chasms that we just have in society where even with most African kids, there's one generation where there's no such thing as being like lovey with your dad.
No.
I remember once, man, one of my favorite experiences ever was one of my cousins. We were walking out of the house, and my cousin was just like, I don't even know what happened. And he was just like, we're leaving. And then he said, he was like, I love you, Dad. And then his dad was like, oh, good luck. It's just like, and then in that one moment, I think we just like, yeah, what were you doing?
So funny.
What were you doing? It's so
I came from that.
You know what I mean? So like Middle Eastern, Arabic dads, African dads, there's a generation where it was like, there's no such thing as being like lovey with your dad. Did they provide for you?
Yes, exactly.
Did you respect them? Did you do the things you were supposed to do? Are you ready to be the man of the house? Then you have a great relationship.
I remember I was like 11 years old, and I was like, Dad, I really want like a PlayStation. And he was like, that's for kids.
Huh.
I was like, dude, I am a kid. He was like, no, you're not.
Yeah, you're 11. You're
this
about to be a man.
Building my lawnmower business. But yeah, it's like, and I like that tough love sometimes, because honestly, I'll get in a cab and the guy's like, how are you? And I'm like, honestly, I'm not that good. And he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, because that's the other thing about how cab rides start.
Yeah.
So you get in, he says, how are you? Most of the time you go, I'm good. And you look at your phone and then it's over.
Yeah.
But if you decide to say, honestly, I'm a little bad. My wife is like a little bored with me and she thinks I'm annoying. That cabbie is about to give you a hell of a lot of romantic advice on how to fix your marriage. And it's good. It's actually good advice. But so I look at these guys like fathers. Like there's a bunch of different. I have so many different fathers now.
Yeah.
And they've and that is like the emotional engine of the show. Is that I'm meeting a dad. But it's not a setup. It's not like
no. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but you might see an internet show that's like, I don't have a dad, so I'm gonna find one in a cabbie.
What you mean? Yeah.
For me, it's just like the feeling of
yes,
like that a Bourdain would just have when he goes into a city. Of
right.
Like, I'm curious and I want some knowledge. And so that's what I do. And I just like let whatever happens. And yeah, it's my favorite thing in the world. And I'm so glad to be doing it again. And I'm so glad that, that I hope people like it.
Don't press anything. We've got more What Now after this. This message is a paid partnership with Apple Card. Imagine this. You're at a checkout counter. You're ready to pay when you realize you don't have your wallet. Dun, dun, dun! You could drive all the way back home and you could get it, but you remember that you have your Apple Card on your iPhone. So you can tap to pay with Apple Pay. Imagine that. No need to carry a wallet. But one of the things I do like about having my card on my phone is we live in a world where you lose your card and then you don't know where it is. And then you're like, what do I do? Well, If your phone is connected to your card and your card is connected to your phone, you know what's going on. The best thing about having the Apple Card connected to your phone is you know what every transaction is. You know, like sometimes you're like, what did I spend this month? The Apple Card will show you. One month, I had spent an obscene amount of money ordering videos online.
Just videos.
They were just videos.
What kind of videos?
That's not the point.
Sure.
The point is, I knew that I didn't want to order those videos anymore because I'd spent too much money on it. It was videos on how to not spend money online. I felt like I'd been duped. Point is, Apple showed me what I was spending my money on, and I was able to change my spending habits, and you can do it too. I earn up to 3% daily cash back on every purchase with my Apple Card. That's unlimited daily cash back no matter where I shop. What a refreshing change of pace. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on your iPhone. Subject to credit approval, Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com. I think one of my favorite things about the show, and I'm sure people will like it, is it's crazy to say this, but it reminded me to see people not only as you meet them, but like assuming that they are as you are. And what I mean by that is, I definitely know that I've been guilty in my life of seeing some people in the way that I just see them when I meet them. So like the taxi driver, they'll just be like a taxi driver.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll connect because the guy's from an African country somewhere. Now we're talking about like Sadio Mane. Oh yeah, remember that World Cup and remember this thing in Africa Cup of Nations. That's different. And now we sort of, but it's when you would meet a stranger, you confine them to the reality that you know them in, but you never think to yourself that they're bowling or recording albums, or you just go like, they're a taxi driver. And you're like, yeah, but what do they do for fun? Who do they love? What makes them laugh? How do they, and I don't know, man. I think, especially when we live in a world where we're all being flattened, doesn't matter who we are all being flattened down to one idea of ourselves and one idea of others. I do think it's beautiful to have an example of something that goes like, oh, no. The person happens to drive a taxi.
Yes.
But this is who they are.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And it's so, every time I'm just shocked at how, like, they're you know, even if they're not millennials, and some of them are millennials, like, you know how, yeah, you're like, I have a podcast, I have a TV show, I'm a writer, I'm a this, and then they're also like that.
Yeah, they're exactly like that.
But you know, I don't think we think in general of like blue collar workers or people as like having multiple side hustles, or like they're literally trying to get by just like we are.
Yeah.
And they have dreams. Like Kakandra, dude, this guy has written 2 memoirs and they're pretty fucking good. One of them is his own life story. He grew up in like a mountain village in Nepal with no shoes and had to beg to get his first pen from like a Swiss tourist who gave him it as a gift as a little boy. And now he has a memoir. He has another book of like just stories about his passengers. So he's interviewed 700 of his passengers.
That's beautiful, man.
Dude, it's crazy. And he also plays the wooden flute. And his dream is to do stand-up. And I'm like, man, this guy's incredible. He's really incredible. And I had the best time with him. You know, I had so much fun. And the episode turned out amazing. And you just forget. And then like Irish John's incredible. Irish John has been a cabbie for 40 years. He's just retired now. He has a one-man show called Off the Meter, which is about his 40 years driving a cab in New York City.
That must be fascinating.
So funny. So many funny stories. He was also involved in politics, like he's Irish.
Yeah.
So he was involved with like the IRA during the period when that was happening.
Yeah.
And he has all these stories about his involvement with the IRA, and just an amazing one-man show, which is why when I heard the story that he has this one-man show, I was like, let's make it a special and release it as part of Keep the Meter Running.
Man.
And so we're produce this one-man
I was
play.
literally about to ask you if you see any future where you're going to help produce some of these ideas that you're bumping into with these people who wouldn't otherwise be able to have them produced.
No, I think so. I mean, they've all, like, many of them have, whether it's, you know, I don't want to do anything unless someone asks me. You know what I mean? I'm not, like, this is not a charity.
Right.
And I'm saying that because sometimes they're like, I don't need help. And I'm like, great. But if somebody says, I need help with money, I would help figure out a way with money. I've done a couple
I've seen you do GoFundMes. I've
for
seen you.
drivers.
Yeah.
And then if somebody's like, hey, I want to produce this one-man show, then I'm like, great, let's film it. Like, and let's film it because it deserves to be documented.
Yeah.
You know, like it's this little bite of the American dream, which I feel like I have been able to so far achieve. I feel like I've done it. I was born in Cairo. My parents are both immigrants, and I feel like my dad did not achieve it. My mom didn't. I mean, and maybe they did achieve it through having a successful son.
Yeah, I would argue they did.
You know, they never achieved theirs, but they did achieve a version of it, which is that I'm able to do what I want to do,
right,
and support my family and make a name for myself. And so if I can help other people achieve their, just a nugget, you know, just a bite of the apple, that is more than enough for me. Like, that feels good, you know? And the show's really about, like, it's about how to be a better man. It's about fatherhood. It's about the American dream, and it's about immigrants. It's really just about, it's an American story, and it's awesome.
It's a fully American story.
I want my nickname to be the Arab Patriot.
You could just be the Patriot, but okay.
There's a lot. That sounds like a movie with like John Krasinski shooting people in Saudi Arabia.
This is true. It's crazy how John Krasinski has now been that guy, right?
Because he's buff now.
Yeah, but still, I'm just like, it's funny how it, like, 1 minute, if you left the earth at like the peak of The Office,
right,
and then you came back now, and you'd be like, Jim is shooting people now?
That's the guy.
It's such a...
He might be in a movie called The Patriot.
Yeah, maybe he is.
Mandela effect.
Could be. The Arab Patriot.
The Arab Patriot. I don't really want to be called that. But I guess if I was going to be a patriot, I'd want to be the Arab Patriot.
No, I like that.
Just because it's also like a little divisive to the proper patriots.
Okay.
I'm like, I love America.
Yes.
But I'm an Arab. And then they're like, damn it. He does, doesn't he? He does love America. And he is there. Fuck. Like, it doesn't work with their model of like being a proud American.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
they have an idea of what the person is supposed to look like and be like. And
to be a proud American.
Yes.
But like, what if I am proud of the version of America that I'm working on?
One of the biggest fights I got into, it was like a fun fight, but there was I was doing shows. I was on the road. This was many years ago. And one of the people in the audience said something. I made a joke about America. And this one guy was like, shut up. Don't make jokes about America. And I was like, why not? And he said, because you're not American. And I said to him, I said, in fact, I think I have more right to make this joke because I've chosen America. Mm-hmm. I was like, you didn't choose it. Mm-hmm. I was like, your mom just shut you out and then you're American. I chose this country. Can you say the same? And he was like, whoa. And I was obviously joking with him, but I was but it was interesting because he said afterwards, and he wasn't an asshole at all. We were having a good-natured fight. And then the guy said to me afterwards, he's like, man, I never thought of it like that. Yeah. He's like, I never thought to myself that these people are like choosing America. You know what I mean? They're choosing to make money in it. They're choosing to make something of themselves in it.
Taxes.
They're choosing America. And he's like, I never chose America. Mm-hmm. You know? And I even said to him, I was like, what are you choosing it based on? Have you been to other places? You're saying it's the best, but have you gone somewhere else I've been to other places, and then I'll be like, yeah, and I'm choosing it. Mm-hmm. What now? You know? Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, whoa. And we laughed and we had fun. Because I find, that's the biggest thing I find, going back to the bullying and the internet, I find like in real life, people are a lot more, I don't know, they're a lot more human.
Yeah. But that's also a great example of the kind of, because you can, it's not even change minds, but you can like have someone see a different way. Like he might not even have his mind changed. He might just be like, you've got a good point. And then that point, he thinks about that point for a while longer. And then maybe he sees other points, or he sees immigrants in a different way. Like maybe he's still a prick. Maybe he's not.
He wasn't even, to be honest. Right. That's why I say like
during the heckling.
Was good-natured heckling.
Right.
I enjoyed it. It was a good, like, he wasn't being an asshole in any way. He was just like, we were going at it and it was fun.
That is fun. But I feel like some.
But I
people,
don't think it would have been fun if it was on the internet. That's what I mean.
It probably wouldn't, because you can't read the tone.
And there's other people, you know. So I find when you share a physical space with other human beings, you are less likely to think of them as other because you're sharing the same space already. We've both chosen to be in this comedy club. We've both chosen to engage in this moment. We've both chosen. Do you get what I'm saying? And then inadvertently, you become more the same than you would have been otherwise.
Which is why being around people is important.
That's, I think, one of the things I love most about your work is I don't know how to articulate this properly, but it's like there are some things on the internet that do not feel like they're about people, even though they involve people. And then your show, like, okay, so let's say like Subway Takes. I'm pretty certain I'm not the only person who feels this. It makes me want to speak to people on the subway because I feel like they might have an opinion or an idea on the world, right? The same thing with Keep the Meter Running. It made me want to talk to taxi drivers because I was like, I wonder what this person thinks. I wonder what that person. But it connects you to a side of humanity that I think a lot of the time the internet doesn't. A lot of the time the internet, I feel, treats people as objects. You can do a thing to a person. You can play a prank on them. You can, make them angry. You can scare them. But they themselves are just, a device that gets you to your end goal. They aren't part of it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
and your work,
they're
for the most part, feels, they're props. But with you, I go, your work wouldn't survive without like the people in a good way.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's really like, it's about having fun, honestly, in the real world. Like, obviously it's on video, but I am having fun. That's
good, man. That's the best way.
It's really amazing. I am so like grateful and fortunate and happy and excited that I get to have fun. It's literally what I set out to do, like hang out. And now I'm hanging out full time for a living. And it just couldn't have gone any better. And I'm really lucky that people love the shows. Like I said, it was never about going viral. It was about let me try to do what I think is cool and what I think is fun and what I think will work. And hopefully people like it. But I remember before, so Keep the Meter Running went on hiatus, and then I was like, okay, I need to find an idea while this is on pause to do, because I was like, I had this ambition of making a TV show and, pitching and blah, blah, blah. And like, obviously Hollywood is not chill at the moment. So it was like, went on hiatus, and while I was on hiatus,
Hollywood is not chill.
I mean, I had a baby. I did, my whole life changed, and then eventually,
Hollywood is not chill at the moment.
It's really not. It's really not. That's why we're here.
Oh man!
And
you know what's ironic though is the machine is gonna come for you, because this is what I find happens all the time, is people are rejected by the machine. Then there are some who beg the machine to welcome them in. Then there are others like yourself who go, I'm just gonna build my own machine. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then because of the success of that, the machine goes, Kareem. Yes, we've always believed in you.
I know.
I've always been a big fan of your work, Kareem. Please, we'd love to produce this. We'd love it. We love it. Keep the meter running. Let's do it together. But instead of taxi drivers, private jets. Yes. Instead of New York, we do it in Switzerland. Yes, Kareem, imagine this. Yes, and now you know what I mean? And then they slowly take your idea and they just like twist it and stretch it and warp, and then by the end of it, you're like, wait, this is not Keep the Meter Running.
Let me tell you, in the pitches, there were like, is there, could we make it a competition show? And I'm like, you want them to compete?
Oh, you see.
Squid Games. You want to do Squid Games. You want blue collar, working class people who I think are heroes, all of them. You want them to compete on television for what? Fuck off, man. Literally fuck off. And it was all these things that I was just like, I can't find a home for this. I want to keep it pure. And I also think, with the success of Subway Takes, the reason I know this project is pure at heart because I could be doing literally anything. And I'm choosing 4 years later to go back to where it all started and do the same thing that I was doing 4 years ago with no celebrities,
Yeah.
no money,
Yeah.
still in the cars, like still driving around, like it's still hard work. I still don't have a place to piss. I still have no studio. They don't have a place to piss either. And it's just like, it's still gritty. Like nothing's changed.
It is what it was.
4 years later. And the version for TV, I don't hate Hollywood. I love going to the movie theater still. I see movies. I see blockbusters. I see regular movies. I see indies. I watch TV. I think like the top of our conversation, there is a place for this.
Yeah.
And there is a place for like, come over, watch a movie.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wish they would like learn is really it. You know, when you see someone like a teenage, like if you had a son and he was a teenager and was like smoking weed and like skipping school, you'd be like, you're doing bad things. You're hurting yourself. That's what I feel like about Hollywood. Is I feel like it's smoking weed. It's getting drunk. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I just want it to succeed, but they're not succeeding. And that's okay. They will eventually, somebody maybe will realize something, or the industry will change, or there will be new industries like there are every day, you know? Like,
yeah. I think there are three things that I spend a lot of time trying to understand the failings of Hollywood. And there are three things that always stick out to me. One is what my manager said to me very, very long ago when I was even like trying to go into Hollywood. I was like, this is not my thing. I like stand-up comedy. I still love stand-up comedy more than anything.
mm-hmm.
And one day I was like, why does it feel like everyone's making the same show or everyone's trying to do the same thing? And he said, you have to understand this about Hollywood. In Hollywood, everyone's in a mad dash to be second.
That's so good.
And so he said, you will spend all your time trying to convince people in Hollywood that something's a good idea. They won't see it. They won't accept it. But let it become big somewhere. You will see everyone now try to do it. So you look at a show like The Office, right? Before The Office, mockumentaries aren't really a thing in that way. You know, they aren't like network television.
Yeah, they're like niche.
Yeah, they are niche. The Office comes in, blows, and then you literally now could not stop counting the shows that are mockumentary. You know, Parks and Rec, Modern Family, you name it. Like everyone's like, do they look at the camera and with a quirky expression? Whoa, we'll take it. Everyone starts doing it.
Yeah.
Right? You go, oh, we'll make an old show. No. Game of Thrones, the period after Game of Thrones, where people were making old shows where, you know, it's like, my brother would never stand for this and will die for Valhalla. Right. Everyone's making it. So that was the first thing that the
race to be
me.
second is crazy.
Yeah, everyone is in a mad dash to be second in Hollywood. So one Marvel movie will mean everyone's now going to make them. Everyone's going to make a superhero something. The second thing was told to me by somebody who works inside like the studios and stuff. And he said, do not take for granted how everyone in this business is just trying to not get fired. So they don't want to make the wrong choice. They don't want to do the wrong thing. They do whatever they think their boss thinks is right. They don't want to shake anything up because all they don't want to do is get fired. They're not trying to make the most beautiful thing, even if they want to, by the way. I'm not even like slamming them, but they're so afraid of losing the job that they don't move. That was the second thing. And then the third one I think is more institutional. I think you can draw a direct line, like let's say just in the movie business, you can draw a direct line between the monopolization of movie theaters and studios with the decreasing quality of films that we get, right? One of my favorite stories is the story of Back to the Future. Back to the Future is one of the most successful movies ever made, like box office wise. But that movie didn't start as number one, didn't start as number two, you know what I mean? If you watch its earnings at the box office, it does the opposite of every movie today. It starts here, and then it slowly creeps up, and it just keeps going up. And then when I was reading why, one of the big things was movie houses, like, you know, cineplexes were owned independently. And a lot of the people who owned them just loved movies. And they were like, what is this story? That looks interesting. We'll take it. And they just put it in. It was like a random shot in the dark. It wasn't part of a franchise. It wasn't part of and then word of mouth grew it, and they had space in the cinema, and they let it grow. And then it becomes now it's an obvious story. But look, just go to a cinema or look at it. When was the last time you saw them taking a chance in that way? They don't. but it's because it's all like part of the AMC chain and part of the Regal chain and part of the, you know what I mean? So I think when you put those three things together, you see why Hollywood isn't exactly in a place to make, it's the antithesis of art.
Right. Totally. And it's just, I'm like an optimist. You know what I mean? I go into life being like, maybe that original vision won't come back, and maybe what's here now won't stay.
Yeah.
But something will replace it. And it might be smaller, it might be different. I don't know what it's going to be, but I see it happening now with so many people being like, well, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm just going to grow my, like exactly what you're saying. I'm going to build my own thing. And if Hollywood does come a knock in and says like, hey, we love this idea. What else you got? Do you have a competition show? I might go, yeah, I do have a competition show.
Yeah.
It's not this one because it's not a competition show.
Right.
But I might have one. Like it doesn't, like I'm like platform agnostic. You know what I mean? I think of it all as different audiences, different formats, there's different reasons. Like I made a micro budget indie feature film that I wrote, produced, and starred in, and it's now streaming on Mubi. Why? Because I just felt like I wanted to. Like I felt like that wasn't a thing that I wanted to do. And
I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice little film. It's like a walk and talk. It was super low budget. And I just was like, I want to make a movie. I want to like, I've never done that before. Like, let's make a movie.
Huh.
And so I figured out how to make a movie, and it was awesome. And I would love to make another movie, but I don't want to write it because it's so much work. Writing is...
You just want to hang.
Dude, that is so true. Like, writing is not hanging out.
No, it's not. It's the
Although
opposite of hanging out.
I had a co-writer, Mary Neely, which made the whole thing a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because you know how we wrote the movie? She'd come over, we'd hang out for a day, we'd write 10 pages, and then we'd see each other again in like 3 weeks.
Write another 10 pages?
Yeah, but it was hanging out. I forced it into becoming hanging out. But me writing alone, dude, I can barely...
It's a terrible experience.
I mean, like you're a stand-up. I don't know how...
No, it's a terrible experience. I've never done that.
But you write stand-up jokes. And
I
those I
write on stage.
Oh.
Yeah, I've almost never written anything. I've never written anything down.
Wow.
I write on stage.
You're a freestyler.
No. It's more that I have ideas in my head, and then when I get to the stage, I go, all right, let's now. That's what the comedy club is for. Is let's now see which ingredients work better or don't work. This word did not work. That sentence did not work. That idea worked. Let's move the sentence around. Let's move the words around. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. That's how I do it. But I don't. It's not like a fancy thing. It's because my writing is too formal. So once I start writing, don't laugh at me, Kareem.
I'm just thinking of you writing stand-up jokes.
I've even tried like journaling. You know when people go, you should journal? I get stuck in like the grammar. So like my journal will be like, it'll be like journal entry. I'll put like the date, and then I'll go like, so another day, another thought. Here we are. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, you don't think like this. But when I start writing, my brain goes to like, well, this is how it should be, and there's a structure, and so I can't write anything and be chill. When I was at the Daily Show, I developed a system where I would just like talk the things, and then we'd put that down. Because as soon as I got to like a keyboard, nah, man.
It was like you were working.
You
were sending a UN correspondence.
No.
You know, have you ever read The Artist's Way?
The Artist's Way.
Yeah,
no.
It's this pretty good book, and it has like a series of workshops in it.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that might be helpful for you is that they're like, write these pages every morning, 3 pages of whatever you want. It doesn't have to be jokes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a diary.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything. You could just write the same word.
Yes.
And then throw it away. And it is supposed to help you get away from, I don't know if everyone has that problem, but it's supposed to get you away from the idea that writing is meant to be read.
Yeah, I don't think I have that issue. I don't think of people having to read it. It's like I've been trained so much in a particular thing. When I tell you that,
I think you can break the habit, man.
Okay, but your habit has to surpass like how many years you did the thing for. I wrote thousands and thousands of letters as a child. This was like part of my like part-time jobbing. There are sentences and there are structures that are in my brain. When I see it written down, I can't.
This is so funny to me.
It's like I was doing gymnastics from the age of 11, and now you're saying like, let me teach you how to just randomly fall. I can't fall. I balance. This is what I do.
Oh, well, maybe there's no hope.
I'll try.
Don't try.
No, I'll try for the sake of
Only
trying.
do it if you want to.
No, I'll try.
Yeah, okay.
Because I want to see what'll happen.
I want you to jot something down. I want you to read all of Jeffrey Epstein's emails and be like, I can do this. I can do this. It's really it frees you.
Man.
It frees you.
Yes, maybe if he focused on the grammar, he would have been a better man. Maybe that's the first step.
Maybe
Is
you
to
have
think
a clean.
if you know where the period should be, maybe you would stop. Maybe that's what it is.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
There it is, my friend.
Including in the emails.
There it is.
I'm just thankful that you're not an all lowercase guy.
No, I'm not.
You know any all lowercase guys?
I do. Yeah, I do.
How old are they?
20.
Okay, I have a friend who's like 43
No.
and has a kid,
No.
and he's all lowercase. And this might be the first time that he knows about this, but brother, you gotta.
Yeah, that's not.
You're an adult man. It's
Yeah,
time
that's
to
rough.
use proper caps lock at the very least.
No. At the beginning of a sentence, at least.
Yeah, you don't have to use periods or
No. But just
you don't have to.
Just start it off as if you knew the sentence was
because
beginning.
there's a real tone when it's all lowercase.
There
It's like
really
It's
is.
a real like I'm a little bitch.
It's just like at an age, it's wrong.
It's really
Yeah.
just-
If you're young, it's like I do not care for the constraints that society has created for me.
yes,
But when you're old, you're just like, what happened? Did you forget? Did you never know?
yeah.
No. I think you're
not.
to.
You're not punk.
You
You're
should go into the group chat and you should say this.
He has thin skin. He has really thin skin. I'm just kidding. You don't have thin skin. I don't want to offend you, and I have told him. I just think at a certain point,
Oh man.
you know what? I switched from all lowercase to regular caps lock, and look at me, 33.
Here you are now.
Same,
Finally successful.
exactly.
Mhm.
And I think it might have had something to do with
Changed everything.
it. It changed
Yeah,
everything.
now
dress for the
your
job you
daughter
want.
would be proud.
Dress for the job you want.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way? How's fatherhood treating you?
It's honestly the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life.
Don't say that because everyone says that.
I'm not.
That's boring.
At first, I didn't say that. I would be on podcasts and people would be like, "You have a kid," and I'd be like, "Yeah, it's all right." Literally,
Okay, great.
I would
Okay.
say that.
Okay.
You know, up until about a year, when I really genuinely was
Yeah.
honest, I was like, "It's good."
Wait.
I like
So
her.
what changed?
I think with men, or maybe just my experience,
Yeah.
you know, the mom and the baby have a relationship
Oh yeah. Okay, no, this is real. I think this is
for
completely
9
real.
months. I mean,
yeah.
not paying rent, but it's living in her stomach.
No. This I
And they
agree with
talk
you on.
and they have a feeling and they feel each other's heartbeat. They feel each other's bodies, and then it comes out and they are bonded.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
it looks at me and I go, kind of weird looking. Why does the head look like that? Is the head not perfect? Like, I'm just like, I want a perfect head. And it's just crying. It doesn't care about me because I don't provide milk. I don't provide anything. I don't even provide barely any warmth. Big guy, but you know, why would she want to hug me when she could hug her mom? So all of these things make it feel like almost like there's a stranger in the house.
Okay.
And of course I loved her, right? Like I loved her. I felt deep love for her. But when she started treating me like I was a human, you know what I mean? It's almost like when we started seeing the human in each other,
Right.
that's when it became like, it is a cliche because it's true. It became something that is like so, I don't know, it's weird, man. It's really weird. It's shocking how much I love her. I've never loved anyone more than her
That's
in
beautiful.
my life. Yeah, it's the best thing I've ever done.
That's really, really beautiful.
It's really unbelievable. And honestly, like, I'm grateful it's a girl because it's just, I don't know, dude. Being a girl dad's cool. It's
Well, you
really
don't know
fun.
what the alternative is.
Well,
I'm happy for
I can
you.
imagine.
No, but I'm happy. I'm not saying I'm not happy, but I'm saying you.
Yeah, but the relation, I don't know.
I think you would be. There's another universe where you're sitting opposite me, being like, "Oh, and I'm glad it's a boy because, man, being a boy dad
well, you're
is
just
great."
playing devil's advocate.
No,
but
no,
everyone
I'm not.
knows a girl dad is a special thing. Ask Kobe.
No, I'm not. I'm not. That's a crazy one to say. Ask, but I'll ask Bam
Ask
Adebayo.
Google. Ask
That's
Google.
who I will ask.
Ask Google about Kobe.
No. I think I hear what you're saying, but I think all of them are special because they just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think there's a world. But I you know, it's funny. I want to talk to an expert about this because I know we had Arthur C. Brooks on the podcast, and he talked about small things that we take for granted in relationships. One of them being, for instance, that women, I think, receive more oxytocin from eye contact than men do. And then it made me wonder, like with babies, maybe there's something there where when women are like looking at a baby, they're actually getting something that maybe men aren't in the same way. And maybe we're not designed to get it because of like back in the day, we're supposed to be like running out and going and fighting and something. So like you can't have that feeling. I don't know.
Or you look someone in the eyes, it means you want to fight.
Oh yeah, this is
Just like
true.
predators.
Now you're like, gotta fight my baby.
No, but when I look, like, it's also just weird to like look, when I look at her in the eyes, and I do now, Sarah,
Yeah.
I'm like, so weird. Because like I can see myself. Just really weird to like look at. It's just a weird
You're looking
thing.
at a version of you.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that you can't experience unless it happens. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I never actually even really wanted kids. I was always like, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And that was my whole vibe. And then I had one, and I was like, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. But I was never like a baby crazy guy. And I never was like, I need to be a dad. I have friends that are like, want to be a dad so bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could take it or leave it. But now that I've had one, I do want more. And I would love in an ideal world to have a bunch. But I think it's because it's not an ideal world. It's impossible to have a bunch for me. But
How many does your partner want?
I think we're both going to go for, like, she's cool with one more.
Okay.
And I'm cool with one more. Do you have any?
It's crazy that, no, I don't. But this was crazy that it was like, there was a time when it was just like 6, 8.
I would love that.
You would?
I would love it.
What would you love about it? How many siblings are you in the? Are you?
I have a brother and sister.
Okay, so you one of 3.
Yeah. No,
Oldest, youngest, middle.
I'm oldest.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm oldest of 3 boys.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
fun.
and we're like huge gap, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like complete generational. you know? Yeah.
So your parents were like, we'll get around to it.
So I'm from my dad and my mom, and then the 2 of them have a different dad. Yeah. But it's what's crazy is when you have such a big gap, it's almost like you're all single kids.
Mm-hmm.
You just have your own,
Your
there was
own
never like a
timeline.
toy issue. There was never you're all doing your own thing. You're not even at the same schools at the same time. You're not in high school at the same time. You're not in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the difference between 20 and 10 is crazy.
Yeah. No,
It's not the
it's
same.
completely,
Yeah.
okay.
My brother and sister, we're all like very close in age. And I don't know. It's not. I don't even look at it from like I want them to have siblings. I look at it as like I want a bunch of little kids hugging my legs, like. And then I also
You should just go be a mall Santa. That's a much cheaper way to achieve your dream.
But then the fast forward part when I'm like 70,
Yeah.
I look at a table of my kids. I'm imagining that
Yeah.
that feels as good as when I see my baby. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I feel like seeing the
Alright.
adults, you're like, damn, I did this. Like, they're all happy and like, hopefully, you know, like,
Do you ever wonder what happens to the people where like all their kids hate them?
yeah. Or if your kids are uncool and you hate them.
I don't think your kids can. I think if your kids are uncool, this is a complete reflection on you.
You don't think there's parents out there that are like, my kid's a loser and I don't like that kid?
Yeah, but I think it's on you. That's my take. It's completely on you, like 100% on you. Because here's the thing: you cannot make the human being, but you have almost complete control as to what that human being interacts with.
Mhm.
So, what movies are they first watching as a child? What books are they reading? What games are they playing?
What
Where are
loans
they
did they get?
going? What clothes are they wearing? This is all you putting in raw materials. The world is going to have an impact. But I don't know if there's any parent who's like, my kid's a loser. I'm like, yeah, you made a loser. I'm not saying they're not a loser. I'm saying you made a loser.
That's happening.
Yeah, but I'm saying you made a loser.
Right. You made a.
You made a loser.
It's on the parents. It's on the parents.
You made a loser, man. I'm sorry.
Do you want a kid?
Yeah, I'm like you. I'm agnostic. I'm like,
You're like, if it
you know what
happens,
I
it
mean?
happens?
Yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm just like, because sometimes I meet kids and I'm like, these things are beautiful and wonderful. And then sometimes I meet them and I'm like, this is like the spawn of Satan. I don't wish for this in my life.
I was always super ambivalent. I was always like, meh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, whatever. I don't care. Like, people would be like, look at my baby. I'd be like, cool. Very cool.
Babies are boring, to be honest with you.
They are
I never
boring.
understand why people are, look at my baby.
Yeah.
The worst is when they show you pictures of a baby and you're like, every baby looks a version of the same. They're like, no, it's cute. My one is extra cute. It's like, it's not. It's really not.
Yeah. It's like when you get a dog, then you start noticing other people's dogs.
Oh,
So now that I have a baby, I'm like,
now you see,
I see,
you now have baby eyes.
dude, it's so weird. I'll be like in the airport and I'll be like, oh, look at that cute little kid, which is so weird. You know what I mean? I feel like I'll like notice little kids and like be like, oh, that one's so cute. Yeah, but it is. And when Karina, my wife, was pregnant, like I started noticing.
Was Kareem and Karina?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pretty nice.
Okay.
But then I started noticing pregnant people.
It's nice until people are like trying to call you in a house or in a space, or like, how many times do people shout one and then you both respond? Karina, Karin. It's
no,
like,
not all the time.
It's not ideal.
But yeah, I had a funny prank about naming the kid Karima.
That would be good.
It's a good prank.
You see, now that's good.
I know. That's confusing.
That's fantastic.
Kareem, Karima, and Karina.
No, you see, now that's worth having a kid for.
And if it's ideally, I would time it to the next leap year. So it could also have a funny birthday.
Jesus.
So Karima born on leap year. And it's like, what's your name? My name's Karima. When's your birthday? Oh, it only happens once every 4 years.
29th of February.
So sad. Like, that's a sad life.
That's actually the greatest life, by the way.
Leap year, baby?
Anything weird, baby.
Birthmark? Cool birthmark?
No, like they just say, your name, anything. It just creates some resistance in life that will add a little spice to your existence.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be easy necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll be like, what's your name? Karima. I'm sorry? Already you've engaged somebody.
Right.
What's your
have to do
name?
that.
John. We move on with our lives. There's no pause. There's no nothing. What's your date of birth? 29th of February. 29th of February?
Right.
Wait, you're a leap year baby? They've made friends.
Right. Spice of life
Spice of life.
is to have parents that are evil.
Yeah,
And
you've got to
will-
have parents who
will
are willing to like just, you know what I mean?
push the limit a little bit.
Yeah, just give you a little.
Give you a little edge.
Okay, but you didn't go with the prank name.
No, I went with like a beautiful name that I
Oh,
really love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm already thinking of names for the next one.
All right. Good intention, but whatever.
Yeah. Are you going to come on the show?
Which show?
My show.
Yeah, but which one?
Subway Takes.
Oh, I thought.
Unless you want to come on a cab ride.
keep the meter
I
running.
can also take you on a cab ride.
I would actually love to go on a cab ride.
I'm sure I could
That's
find
like one of my favorite. I was actually, when I was thinking of your show, I was going, I hope you do a London version. London cabbies might be my favorite cabbies in the whole world.
They're
'Cause
unbelievable.
have you seen what they have to do to become cabbies in London?
It's called The Knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is truly the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's human AI contained in a tiny little beautiful black box that has a turning circle that no vehicle should possess.
It's incredible.
These guys know everything. Every time I'm in London, in a taxi, I will ask them for a recommendation for food, for a show, and they'll just go off.
They know everything.
They just know
It's also crazy because
everything.
you go, it's on the corner of
Oh yeah, no.
it's on the corner of Middle Ditch and
Yeah.
High Street.
Is that next to the fish and chip shop? And then you're like,
And you go,
yeah.
all right then.
Yeah.
And then
they're off.
it's so magical. Yeah, they have to memorize they have to memorize every street.
Yes, every single street.
Isn't that crazy? And
But what I love is that because of that, I feel like they also have this ability to recall. That's what I mean. They'll tell me about passengers who really loved a thing, and so they're like a real human aggregator of
Sponge.
information, and they'll say to you, they'll be like, well, a lot of people have been talking, and they were talking through the glass backwards at you through the speaker, so it's like this shout thing. So
I
they're
love
like,
the speaker.
A lot of people have been saying it's a really great experience. You got to go there. A lot of people are loving it. You got to get out there. Well, I've never been, but a lot of my passengers have been saying it's great. And every time I pick up someone, they say they're great. And you're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
They're amazing. They are truly, truly amazing.
No, they're incredible.
Yeah. No, I love that. So I would do it. Would I come on Subway Takes? I would, but okay. Let me ask you this: how would you? And actually, how do you insulate people from sort of coming on to try and have a take?
Like, what do you mean?
I can only assume some people come on Subway Takes thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna say this because it'll get a response. And then you probably have to step in and be like,
Mm-hmm.
that's not what we're doing here. How do you keep it authentic, for lack of a better word?
I like have a little bit of a process. So my producer Rami, he's a young man, Young Rami, that's his nickname.
Uh-huh.
I give everyone a Trump nickname now, but usually nice. So like Young Rami.
Young Rami, yeah, and he is
Young
young.
Rami,
He's so young, so young.
He's
You know, Doesn't look that young when you meet him, but he's a young
This
man.
is very
Young
good.
man,
Yeah.
young Rami.
Wow. He's going to like that.
That's
He's
his
going to like
vibe.
this clip. He's going to like this clip because he is young.
Oh.
He's a young stand-up. So he synthesizes the takes. He receives them.
Okay.
He's the first to receive them.
Got it.
He checks for duplicates.
Oh, so no one has a take that another person has. I
Yeah.
like this already.
He checks for duplicates. He
Okay.
also like gets clarity if somebody's like, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
He's like, what does that mean?
Okay.
And if
Okay.
it means nothing, he's like, get a new one. And if it means something, he's like, okay, that is interesting. So he kind of vets the takes and has this little process of elimination where,
Yeah.
because some people come on and they're over prepared,
That's what I mean.
which is awful.
Yeah, that's what.
I
Okay.
hate
Okay.
an
This is what I mean.
overprepared. Yeah, I don't like when someone's because if it's like Rami's getting the take and it's like this long,
Okay.
I'm like over prepared.
Okay. Got it.
That's you're coming on to do a bit. Every once in a while, we'll like plan a bit or something. Somebody will be like, I have this idea. I want to do this thing
okay.
on your
Okay.
show.
Got it.
And then I'll be like, okay, that's a funny idea. It's never been done before. Let's do it. So that's really it. It's just like a little process of that. And then when we meet in real life, I'm like, so what is it? And you're like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. And then we just do it.
Oh, okay. I'll join
But
you.
if you have a bit,
No, I don't.
don't
I
do
don't want to
that.
do a bit.
you don't want to.
No, I definitely don't want to do a bit. I'm so bitted out.
You're done.
I'm bitted out, my
You're
friend.
retired from bits.
Yeah, I'm just like.
There's nothing to be bidding about.
No, it's not. It's not even that. It's just I'm in a stage of my life where I am in the pursuit of the least bitty things possible. Do you know what I mean?
But still funny.
Yeah.
But you
I-
just don't like
not,
bits.
But not like bits. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm just liking the.
I'm in a bit phase.
Oh, I like this.
I love bits.
No, bits. I mean, they are great when you're in the mood for them.
It's a great bit.
Yeah, but when you're bitless,
Yeah, you're just not feeling the bit.
I think I'm just bitted out. I mean, you know, when you do like late night for so many years, every day of
lot
the
of
week is a
bits.
bit. It's like, what's the bit? What bit are we doing here? What's a bit? Do we have a bit for this guest? Do we have a bit for that? Do we have a bit for that thing? We got to do a bit for this. Oh, it needs to be a bit. Needs to be a bit. This is just like too many bits.
That's my dream meeting.
Yeah,
What you
no.
just described.
No.
I would love to sit in a meeting and say that.
No, hey man, you welcome. But
And then-
after many years of doing it every single day of the week, you go like, have you ever talked to people who like work at like a KFC?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you asked them whether they like want to eat KFC?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't.
You just go like,
That's so sad.
yeah, it's like it's not about the chicken itself. It's just, yo, man,
just
I'm done.
Funny. That's so funny.
I'm done for now.
right.
Yes, so for now in my life, I'm bitter.
So
But
when
I'll-
you see a great bit, do you
I
still say?
love it.
Do you still say that's a great bit?
No, I love it. I mean,
Okay,
because
good.
funny is funny, good is good. I don't have that, but I do think I've been a little desensitized. So I might do that. Unfortunately, I'll be like, that was a good bit, well executed bit.
Well, I'm not going to do a bit if you're not going to do
No,
it.
no. I'm
Oh,
just saying. I will just say
Right.
that is a good. When I see a bit, I'll just go. That is a good bit.
You deliver it in a neutral tone.
I find I no longer have the thing that comes out of me spontaneously because I'm constantly monitoring for the bit to occur.
You say it how you would type it.
Yeah, I go. That is a good bit.
That is a good bit.
That is a fantastic bit. This happens to stand-up comedians all the time. If you look at like stand-ups who've been doing stand-up for a very long time, at some point they don't laugh at most things. They go, "That's funny."
That's a good joke.
They'll be like, that was
That's funny. Yeah, I've seen people do that.
that's
They go,
funny
That's
as shit. Yo, that's a good joke. No laughter. Yeah. So then the laugh actually starts to come from where it wouldn't have come. Like if you watch comedians in the back of a comedy club, watching comedians, they laugh when the audience isn't laughing. Like
Right.
they you know what I mean?
They laugh in that.
Yeah, they're laughing on the 1 and 3.
Yeah,
Audience
yeah.
is laughing, on the 2 and 4.
Yes.
And comedians will just like laugh at a random thing. And you know when a comedian's watching because they'll laugh at a moment when no one else is laughing.
Right.
So
Yeah, I love.
so I'll come. I'll do it.
Yeah, come on.
I would love
Don't
to,
do a
man.
bit.
I'll maybe we'll do a bit.
No.
Maybe you will reignite my love
I
and
don't
my
wanna,
passion
I
for
don't want
bits.
to do a bit.
You're a bit guy. You can't say you don't.
I know,
do
but I
bits.
only want to do a bit with someone who wants to do a bit. I won't make you do a bit.
No, you won't make me. You could inspire me.
I couldn't
to
make you
do
do
a bit.
anything.
You could inspire me to do a bit. Wouldn't that be an amazing story? The comeback of the bit. Huh?
Trevor Noah comes
Be like a
on, Subway
documentary
takes
at
to do first
Tribeca.
bit.
And he's like, I thought bits were over in my life. And then I met this guy, Kareem. And let me tell you
You're
something.
so good at voices.
Let me tell you something. He got me doing bits again. That guy, Kareem. Oh, he got me back in the bits. It could be the beginning. This has been great, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Great bit. Is the bit over?
This is great.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
No, man, thank you for real.
Thank you so much. That was so fun.
This was too much fun.
Crazy that you didn't tell me that we were recording.
I mean, we roll.
Kind of nice.
Because otherwise, it's, you see, that's another thing I don't,
It's
I
really
don't want
nice.
someone to like go like, that thing. Yeah,
No, it's really cool to roll into it like that.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me before.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just roll. And then if someone goes like, oh, I don't include them, we don't include. It's it's not a trick or anything.
I had a lot of fun.
I just don't want someone,
Right. To start.
because I've seen people do that. So you go like, are we ready? Let's begin. And then I watch them change their posture.
I know what you're talking about.
And then they go, well, Trevor. Oh, fuck.
The minute the camera comes out, sometimes people freak out.
Well, Trevor. It's funny you ask me that. Thank you so much for watching the episode. If you enjoyed it, pass it on to a friend. If you didn't enjoy it, pass it on to your friend still. Let them suffer for a change. And don't forget to engage with us in the comments. If you want to suggest a guest, maybe there's questions you want, maybe there's ideas that you have, you can chat to us. We will read through the comments and we'll get into it. Either way, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for hanging out with us on What Now? And remember, we do this for you, so we would like to hear from you. Until next time, thank you.